right, welcome back to BSL. It's been a long time. What have you done during the break between BSLs?
I played a lot of Starcraft, played
Okay.
a lot of League,
Yeah.
texted a lot, started playing Diablo 2 again.
Oh,
the
really?
Throwback, yeah.
Are there still hackers?
Actually, we're playing a mod that I love. It's pretty fun.
Wow, thanks for the invite, Nyokin.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were still playing League and Gold.
Sorry, friendship with Nyokin ended, guys. Now I'm friends with guys in the chat instead. Hold on. Wait, you gotta message me the password to our room. This is like space age technology. I mean, well, we'll try. We're doing some rocket science this season. It's going to be better than ever. We're trying to get the games out faster than ever before. We're doing 2 groups today, tomorrow, and the next day. So that's like more StarCraft than you guys have ever watched before. And I fully trust that you guys will stay here for all 6+ hours. I don't know how long it's going to be, but 2 groups is quite a bit.
Yeah, but we got Zerg versus Zerg.
That's true. Oh yeah,
we got PvP.
That's true. We've got some mirror matchups coming up for you guys, and some new players, some new faces this season of BSL. The format's still the same. We're still doing best of ones until the elimination match and the final match. So that means that if you're really good, you can booster rocket your way out of the group, and that's easy mode. But if you struggle, then you're gonna have to play through some best of 3s to advance out of the group, which is where we really find out which players are better.
Yeah, and the groups today are really stacked. Like, we have the return of Ziki, if I pronounced that incorrectly. Sorry, boys.
The return. So yeah, Ziki is interesting because I remember watching this guy in not like the previous era of Brood War, but like kind of in the middle. He had some sick rivalries. He was really, really good. Then he took a little bit of a break, and now he's back.
Well, actually, he's new to me. Like,
is he?
He wasn't around when I was playing, or maybe he was, but not like where he was like getting super known and stuff. Like, he was in between where I had quit and come back. So I'm not too familiar with him, but I am familiar with some of the other people. Zerg.
Oh yeah.
Models, of course. Who doesn't know Models? Oh, actually, Models. I'm just remembering Models and Zerg. I remember a few months ago that they were supposed to do a show match. Right?
What happened to that
show match? I don't remember that happening, but I'm hoping now that we can have Models versus Zerg. Oh, it would be perfect if they're in the decider match, who gets eliminated and who goes on.
Maybe
that'd be perfect.
We'll get our show match after all. We're doing it for you guys. We definitely didn't rig the bracket for that. It was all Zero's wife's doing. So that could be really exciting. We've also got in Group B, we've got games with Zerg coming up. The new league qualified for BSL Pro League Polish player Chitek, who will be playing there as well. So we've got some old school players, some new school players, and if I recall correctly, on the Team Liquid BSL article, which you guys should absolutely go check out, we'll give you a nice overview of BSL this season. Group B was voted as the group of death because it's got Zerg, it's got
I actually have to look.
No. I got it. Don't tell me. It's got Zerg, it's got Dragon, and it's got who's that Polish Terran player's name? Kogan.
Yes.
I promise I remembered it 10 seconds ago. Anyway, very, very interesting group, and the groups after that are going to be even better. So enough of this talk craft. Nyokin, we've got games coming up in Group A. So let's go ahead and take a look at what our first matchup is going to be in Group A. It's Ziki versus Zerg. What do you think about this?
I mean, Ziki has been hyped for a long time. If I look at MMR, 2400 MMR, and you're telling me he just came back, I mean, if you've watched Artosis's video, this is where you're in between very good and pro level.
Yeah.
So this is clearly a really high MMR. And Zerg, I know he's very good too, because I've hit him on the ladder before I went to Korea. So I guess it comes down to how in shape Ziki is, because if he's in shape, 2400 MMR, that's crazy.
Am I recalling correctly? Didn't Zerg have the most epic mustache in the world? Because he came out to Korea to train a little bit, right? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Anyway, it's really cool to have Zeke back and apparently in shape. Is the hype too real? We're about to find out. And that's because we are about to get started with our first match of the night, which will be on the map. Match point. Also, let me make sure that I tried that password, but it didn't. Oh, I'm trying to copy paste the password. It says it doesn't work, Zero. Maybe I can just join you from the friends list. Okay. All right. Haha! We've made it. So it's time to get into our first game of the night. It's Zeke taking on Kamezerg on the map match point. Let's do it. All right. Okay, we're doing it. Welcome everybody to BSL. Oh, okay, it's working now. Anyway, welcome everybody to BSL. Brand new season is upon us. We missed you. Thanks for coming back and watching. If you know that your friends are not watching this, go tell them to. It's going to be a good season. And we're starting off with our yellow Zerg player in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. This is Kamezerg.
And in the top right, we have the pink Zerg. It is Zeke. And I'm trying to think back to how Kamezerg played in previous BSLs. I remember in particular this one game he had like a really sick build. And then you remember he had his pool in the wrong place and it got ticked off. Do you remember that?
I think I do remember that. I think yeah, because we were wondering why did he build it so far out and away from his hatchery, and then it got sniped, and we're like, well, you know, if he'd hidden it more defensively, then it wouldn't have died.
Yeah, it was either the pool or the spire, but he had a slick build up until that point.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how it was, but it was really slick.
Up until he totally lost the game, it was good. But no, you're right. It's good to see him back here again. And yeah, the bigger question mark for me is what does Zeke look like now? Because there was a time, maybe even as recently as like 4 or 5 years ago, where he was like one of the best European players out there in kind of a weird in-between time, kind of before Starcraft Remastered really came out, even during a little bit of that. And then he disappeared. Now he's back. So I'm excited. And this is one of those ZVZs you were talking about. So what was so cool about last season, the season before that, is we have to watch so many True Touch games. We learned so much about ZVZ. And it really did show how rich a matchup it can be. Although this time we're seeing almost identical mirror builds. So nothing too devious or nefarious to start this off. And it's a 2-player map. So, you know.
Yeah, both players going to find each other very quickly. Both players doing the exact same build. I'm paying attention to this drone. Looks like Kamezerg is going to expand. Also, Zeke's going to expand.
Wow.
So this is the true test of ZVZ. You're playing the same build. It comes down to micro. It comes down to intuition. Can you catch somebody out of position? Are their mutas way too far out? You can snipe a few drones. So this to me is going to be the perfect test to see exactly how Zeke stands up right now.
Well, and this is one of the cool things when about mirror matchups. Even PvP, yes, guys, if you have 2 players doing the exact same build, the purest illustration of skill, okay? Because all things being equal, you know, every once in a while, you know, I think to myself, you know, if I play Terran and I play against Flash, in theory, at the very beginning of the game, I'm just as good as he is. But then 1 second later, all of his SCVs are perfectly split and mine are running behind the mineral patches. So, you know, there's other differences. But what's cool about this is that we get a chance to see a very, very similar start. They're both getting ling speed. They're both expanding at almost exactly the same time. But the, I guess, first double quotes difference is that Zeke's being a little bit more aggressive heading out of the map.
Well, look at what Kamezerg's doing. He's actually hiding his lings out of vision of the Overlord. So he doesn't know, or Zeke doesn't know that he's about to run into these lings. And Kami's going to have more lings, of course. It's going to be like 8 to 10. And if he can catch these 6 lings, that would be amazing for him. Here he goes. So Zeke, okay, smartly he turns around. He recognizes that this is the same opener. He's going to turn around, not going to risk losing his lings there.
Yeah, this is really interesting because, if you have like PVT, right, you can't really see super far back into the Terran base, but in ZVZ, you've just got the overlords sitting there. You know exactly how many Zerglings there are. You can count them and know basically everything's exactly the same, but it's not actually totally exactly the same because Zeke is coming back with even more lings to keep that pressure on.
Yeah, we have one single difference so far. Kamizur's got an extra drone. That's it. And one drone can actually come back to bite you if Zeke has a better engagement. I can see him streaming more lings across the map.
Yeah.
But he does have to get up the ramp. It looks like Kamizur's going to let him up the ramp. So actually, Kamizur has a little less lings right now. Let's see what Zeke can do with these lings.
Oh, man. Actually, a better concave there for Zeke there. And so Kamizurg has to run away. He's taking extra hits, and sometimes it's just 1 or 2 extra hits. Now, that's that extra drone you were talking about as Kame's advantage. If that dies, then that's mission accomplished, basically. Saving private drone, but I think he did.
Now, I don't see a Spire anywhere. It looked like Zeke wanted to put down his Spire, but it hasn't started just yet. He's got 200 minerals. Okay, there it goes. Kamizurg going to put down his Spire, I imagine. Also, there it goes. So literally the exact same thing other than the 1 extra drone for Kami. And 1 drone does add up. I know a lot of people don't say it does, but I think over the course of a minute, it's like 50, 60 minerals. That's an extra ling.
Yeah, it's extra lings. And those aren't, a lot of people are just like, well, I know it's ZVZ, but does having 1 extra ling really make that big a difference? It can, but more often than not, I remember Solky used to do this all the time. He'd send like 1 pair of lings like back behind while the main army was fighting, and then kill like 2 or 3 drones in your main base. It's like, okay, well, that's kind of where those extra few lings can come into play. I love how Zeke is just staying aggressive all the time. He's not really getting much damage done, but he's the guy out on the map being proactive. But hey, Zeke's held on. He's now, Kami Berserk is held on. He's now up to a 2 drone advantage. And I mean, if both players are just completely chilling, then that's pretty big.
Yeah, what I like that Kamizurg did here was when the Overlord started moving away from the base, that's when he started building drones. So actually, Zeke doesn't know. Did he build lings? Did he build drones? Because he doesn't know, 2 drones now. That's a big deal. And he's going to find these lings.
Okay. They're pacifist Zerglings, guys. They're not practicing as much social distancing as they should be. But now mutas are on the way. I'm kind of interested in why he pulled away so quickly. I mean, maybe you are preparing for the mutas to come out, but all things being equal, let's see if he can bust up the ramp. Ooh, Zeke getting pushed back there by a beautiful concave, and I love how Kamizurg's saving a few of those Zerglings off behind in case Zeke overcommits to running up the ramp.
When now Zeke started to build more drones, he's got his extractor at his natural, so Kamizurg needs to catch up, build an extractor of his own pretty soon. Otherwise, he's going to fall behind in the gas count. Both players got their Mutalisk out now. Both players don't really have great vision across the map right now, specifically the bottom side and the top side. Well, we're going to have interception here. It's 4 versus 2 mutas, so that's probably a dead Overlord.
Yeah, I guess that is answering my question previously about why he pulled his Overlords back so quickly. So this doesn't happen. And I mean, we talked about how Kame had a few more drones earlier. Now Zeke's the one with not only an extra drone, but he can build units because he has that extra Overlord. So already it looks like Zeke is starting to turn this round with one minor exception, and that is that he is about to get hit super hard by a million billion Zerglings and mutas running into his natural.
Yeah, but supply is basically identical once you factor in the drone difference. But this one is, I thought those mutas were going to go into the main. He had an opportunity there to strike the main.
And there's some vulnerable Overlords kind of floating around there. Obviously, you don't want to overcommit and then lose all your drones to a muta backstab or something like that. But neither one of these players is going to be making big moves like that just yet. They're just poking around, feeling each other out, trying to find any free Overlords. And what's the next step here? Neither player's getting Spire upgrades. So, usually one player might go ahead and commit. This is one thing True Touch does all the time, is he'll just commit to that carapace right off the bat and then try to hold on defensively. But this seems still pretty identical.
Yeah, no armor upgrades, but look at how much gas Zeke has. He had 700 gas. Now he's spending it. That was a real window of opportunity for Kami'Zerg to deal a lot of damage. But that window of opportunity has closed. He's even killing off some of his lings so he doesn't have to build an Overlord so he can get out a few more Mutalisks. And now actually Zeke is the one that has extra drones. I see 3 mining the natural gas, whereas Kami, he only has 1 or 2 maybe now. So there's going to be a real big gas lead for Zeke pretty soon. But another thing that Zeke has going for him is he has so many Scourge. There's like 8 to 10, whereas Kami only has 4. So Kami's gonna have to be very careful. Look how many Scourge there are.
Damn, what? That's like more Scourge than Mutas. I mean, maybe that's not such a big sentence to say, but there's a lot of them there. Yeah, we gotta fix our production setup here for a second. But in the meantime, I love our little scouting Scourges. Watch him run into that Overlord. I don't know oh, he's going deep. Oh, never mind. The fate of...
It's 9 versus 8 Mutas, but there's so many Scourge. But even though you have so many, you have to be able to control them. Watch them, look at them all follow the Mutas.
Yeah, and I think he actually used like 4 Scourge on 1 Muta there for a second. There's still a ton. He's just gonna Scourge the Overlord here. I don't know, he's going deep with those Scourge. He actually lands them on a Muta. What? Those are like, I wanted Scourge, curving the bullets. They're still connecting from behind. This is crazy. If Scourge versus Muta Micro, in the end, who has more Mutas?
It's Kami. He has 10 versus 7. He has a ton. Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! You spoke too soon. Oh man, look at that Micro. Still very, very good control, but he's doing his best.
That's fine.
Picked off the Scourge, so mission accomplished there. But man, this is so tense. There's so many Scourge. It's like dodging landmines.
Yeah, but even though a few of those Scourge connected, there's still more Mutalisks for Kami'Zerg. It's still 9 versus 7, and Zeke. Or actually, it looks like it's 9 versus 9. So Kami has to be careful now. Okay, can the Scourge connect? Zeke's Scourge aren't really doing anything.
Yeah, they were kind of, I mean, it's obviously a different control group, but you got to keep both of them going. Otherwise, the Scourge are just sitting Scourge. So they're going to try to connect, but it looks like Zeke's a little bit more active. He's dodging almost all the Scourge. A couple of them landed there onto Kami'Zergs, and it looks like more and more are continuing to land. I think Zeke's got this, Nyoken.
Yeah, this is done. 10 Mutalisks left over. All of the Scourge connected for Zeke, and that's GG. Kami'Zerg taps out.
Okay, well, we might just go into the next game. We're having some production technical difficulties here. But in the end, congratulations. Zeke advances on to the winner's match, and Kami'Zerg has to wait a little while until he gets a chance to play. We're ruining the aesthetic without our green screen, but we'll fix that in a second. If you guys didn't know that was a green screen, then spoiler alert.
We're not in outer space?
It was close. We actually aren't even in the same room. We've got a green screen that's so advanced I can like reach over, but you know, we're not actually. Anyway, we've got our second game coming up here in just a second. And that is going to be between our next 2 players, which are
BSLHYPEE.
Oh, well, I was trying to summon our player intro sheets on the screen, but I don't have my superpowers. I gotta warm up my BSL powers for the new season. But I just in case you were wondering, oh wow, this is the wrong season. Sorry, I was trying to. There we go. All right, we're working out the kinks, guys. That was a cool way to start things off. It's like the short, sweet. That's like the Salt Bay move, where you sprinkle the salt. It's like, okay, that's the appetizer. But we've got to get down to the main course, and the main course is, of course, the second 2 players, Oya and Models. So, we were talking about maybe the fated show match that Models has waiting for him. He's got to make it through Oya to make it to the next match.
Yeah, and Oya's a very aggressive. Like the first time I played him, he 7-gated me. Terminus Protoss is just like, man, he wants me bad with those zealots. So Models got to be very careful. Models, he's aggressive too, but not that aggressive. Mm-hmm. But I think Models knows that. So I guess Oya could play to his image. He knows he's going to be aggressive. Watch him pull out a 12 Nexus.
Dude, look, we've seen crazier things. Oya for a while in STPL, which is like the team league Starcraft 2 tournament. If you've never watched it, just search STPL. Basically the only STPL out there. I think there's like a diamond manufacturing company that has the same acronyms, but it's not that. Anyway, Oya had some of the one of the best records. I think he was in the top 10 players in this massive team league. So he's so good. And I haven't seen Models play in a while, outside of maybe these show matches that didn't happen. So maybe we'll get our wishes if he loses. If he wins, then obviously that might not happen. But we've got Models versus Oya coming up next. And I guess it's the same map. So
yeah, match point.
I'm still getting used to the new maps this season. Let me pull up the list. It's Match Point, Monte Cristo, Neo Sylphid, Whiteout, La Mancha, Escalade, and Clayfields. So we got some maps coming back. Pretty sure Monte Cristo is like 20 years old. How old is this map? Oh, it's from 2011. Okay, so 10 years old, give or take.
Yeah, I don't recognize that.
No, I've also never seen that map before. But thankfully, we won't have to. We'll wait until somebody actually picks it.
It'll be in the finals.
Yeah.
There's going to be a beat to the finals.
I don't know. Yeah. It'll at least come through in our best of 7. But it's the first. We're rotating it in as the first map of the next season. But I actually have to join the lobby for the next game. Big shout out to our graphics team for giving us these wonderful player overview cards. There we go. And as well to everybody updating the new graphics. We've got a new intro, and I guess we don't have a new map. So once again, it's Match Point, and it's Models versus Oya for our second game of the night. We'll let you do the player intros.
All right, spawning in the bottom left, we've got the Canadian Protoss. It is Models. And in the top right, we've got the blue Protoss representing Sweden. It is Oya. Yeah, so I've played Oya on the ladder quite a few times. Of course, Terran vs. Protoss is a bit different, but he is super aggressive, super aggro. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see something aggressive from him, such as like a 3-gate. Whereas I've also played Models on the ladder, plays more normal-ish. I've also played in PvP, and he played pretty standard, something like 2-gate Robo Expand or 2-gate Expand with a delayed Robo, something like that. So I think it's going to be Oya probably trying to make something happen versus Models, and I'm sure both these players have played versus each other, so they probably know each other's style. We do have Models with standard pylon placement. Back in Oya's base, I don't see an abnormal pylon placement, so there's not going to be any super aggressive plays such as a proxy gate. Now it comes down to what do both these players want to do. Are we going to start building a few zealots? Are they going to go into standard cybernetics? I personally like to go for the 1 zealot into Dragoon play, but one of the players may skip the zealot. Looks like Oya G is going to be the one that scouts first, whereas Models playing very standard, wants to get a little bit better econ before going for a scout. This is a 2-player map, so he doesn't need to scout extremely fast. He's going to be able to find them quickly regardless.
Our job as casters is to remind you guys how many players each one of the maps has. This is, I guess, do we have...
Look at that.
Yeah.
See, Models knows Oya. He scouts his main for proxy because that's the image Oya has.
For sure. I mean, not only is that something that, you kick yourself for if you don't do that and you are getting proxied, but thankfully there's nothing super crazy. But I'm glad you pointed out that we don't have any like proxy gates or weirdness going on at the beginning of this game, because I don't like my games to be decided at the 2-minute mark. I like my games to be decided at the 3-minute mark in PvP or whatever anybody throws down like an extra gateway. It can seem like PvP is like the more rock paper scissors kind of matchup, but I don't know. I think we've been kind of spoiled with some very good PvPs towards the end of last season of BSL. So hopefully this is another one of those.
There it is.
How many
Mana
pros did he
Pilot,
get?
he got 2.
He got 2.
That's pretty good. able to glitch one of them out. And actually, Oya has a great build order advantage here. Zealot coming out for models, but all it's going to do is take care of the pylon. It's not like it's going to move across the map, go get probe kills. So this is great. Oya G with a slight build order advantage, even has 2 probe advantage right now. That's awesome.
What do you think about canceling manor pylons? I know a lot of people just let them finish so they can get maximum value out of that, but
no, I mean, definitely wants the Zealots like instantly on it.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to keep the Zealot busy, but you can just he's faking Dragoon range. How dare he?
Okay, but where normally if you're faking goon range, you have something hidden. I don't see a third pylon hidden.
Yeah,
it's the back of his base. Okay, there's the Citadel. So this is going to be a fake from models. Oya G thinks that this is straight up range. Probably thinks this is just going to be standard. Now, this is Oya G. What did I say? He's probably going to go for something.
Yeah,
aggro.
you said it.
So he may go 3-gate right here. If he's going to 3-gate, he needs to start cutting probes now, though. So he's at 21, which is pretty much the perfect number for 3-gate.
Well, I don't see any more probes in production.
He could be cutting.
Oh, no, never mind. There is.
Well, it looks like this is probably going to be 2-gate Robo Expand, which should counter models build. But it is. Oh, there's the 3-gate.
Okay, wait. There are no rules here. The Protoss approach to build orders is like, I don't know, build order printer go burr. You know,
this is gonna be a fast game, Raph.
They just pull it out. It's like, well, what's that one unit that like protects me from like instantly dying to? I don't need that one.
We don't need that.
No.
And Models is doing a good job with this fake because this pylon looks like what you would do when you're building a Nexus. Because you have fewer units, you put the pylon out in front, so if they attack you, it soaks up goon hits, just like how a Rax float soaks up a lot of goon hits. So this looks exactly like an expansion coming in from Models. Now Models, he's mind gaming it perfect. Even getting a Forge, he doesn't know what Oya G is going for, but the Forge is also going to help him defend versus the 3-gate goon.
Sorry about that.
First DT coming out, no Forge, no Robo. This game is probably over in the next 2 minutes.
Oya doesn't know what a DT is. It's like, DT, what does that stand for? Yeah, he's just never seen one of those units before. Really good sell on that. And that's something we don't actually see very often, the air weapons to fake out the Dragoon range. Because the big question is, where is your gas going? So if you don't see the cybernetics core spinning, then obviously it's got to go somewhere, and that tips it off. But really, really cool fake here, and it looks like it's working basically the best way it could possibly go.
Now, cannons are coming up to help defend versus 3-gate. Templar coming out in case this... Ooh, does he notice it?
He ran into something there.
He ran into something. I don't see a instant force.
Instant force. Damn.
But he needs to wall off or something or buy time. He's not even holding position on the goons. He's going to go for it. He's going to run into this cannon.
Now, DTs are strong, but there are, sometimes where you have so few units that you can just get walked over. I don't think this is one of those times because we do have cannons already up, but this might take a little bit of micro because that's a lot of goons from Oya.
Yeah, that's a lot of goons, but he can just build DTs.
Yeah, that's true.
And eventually kill them. Meanwhile, DT into the main of Oya G. Cannon is going up. He needs to do a full probe surround, though.
Yeah, he's got to protect it with probes. I mean, if he loses a couple of probes here, it kind of doesn't matter as long as he just holds on until the cannon gets up.
He's losing so much. It looks like Oya G is going to take down the natural.
He's down 10 probes.
Yeah, he's down so many probes now. But look how many kills the DT has gotten.
Oh, my God.
13
kills.
Oh, no. Move command.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He's losing every probe. We're down to 9 probes here, guys. 8. I don't know.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
He lost all of them.
Yeah, he's dead.
7. But I did see a second DT from Models. Where is it, though? Is it helping to kill the goons? Regardless, unless Oya G wipes out all... There it is. It's AFK. Unless it wipes out all these probes. I think this game's just over.
Yeah, he's got 4 probes back at home. Oya is really hoping for a lot here. Oh, he got walled in by probes on the other side. Really good control. Eventually, this DT will kill off the last few Dragoons. I mean, it's not like he's not dealing any damage, but I mean, 4 to 12 is, 1,000,000 to nothing. So,
yeah, and now because the cannon is so far away, he can't even save any of his gateways.
Yeah, you're right.
So, really, all Oya G can do right now is just build probes. Meanwhile, these 2 DTs, They're doing work. They're chasing that goon.
I mean, what are the goons gonna do, right? Are they just gonna like run home and die later? He's gonna pick off a couple of extra probes here, but I mean, unless he can kill like 6 more probes before these dragoons die, like.
No.
Yeah, no.
He did a good job. He killed a lot of probes, but it's 12-7 now. Also, Models has more minerals. He's got more dragoons coming, I guess. Can he even it up?
Look, I mean, if you kill more of your opponent's dragoons with your strategy than they can kill of yours with theirs, then that's good, right? I don't know if this is good. Oh, he's getting stormed
into his own DTs.
I mean, I guess. Okay, yeah, that's it. All right, GG. I was like, for one minor second, I questioned my faith in how that game was going to go, Nyoken.
I actually thought we might storm our DTs to death. I was. Well, regardless, I'm not happy with this result because now we have Models versus Ziki
we also
in the finals.
Sorry, guys, we got some new technology here.
Gosh.
So we gotta protect our Nyoken's, I don't know, spaceship seating here. All right.
Yeah, we're trying to put the green screen up, held it up by tape.
Look, if you guys had cheered for us to show good green screens, then we would be better now. But I expected more, honestly. Anyway, so with Models winning that game, that means he avoids Kami-Zerg show match for now. But he does have to advance on to face Ziki, who is apparently on fire. And that's the game that we have coming up next. But I think after doing that kind of pump fake in game number 1, Ziki's probably not going to fall prey to that as hard as Oya did. That was basically the best possible outcome for Models in that series.
Yeah, and one thing that Ziki has going for him is I don't think he's played in a while. So there's not a lot of reads on him, right? Unless you check his old replays, I guess. But I mean,
back when the meta was completely different.
The meta is so different now that I feel like Ziki's got a bit of advantage there. He's kind of the unknown, right? Whereas even though Models doesn't play as much, he does stream sometimes recently.
How dope is Ziki's like pose there in the back?
Yeah.
He's chilling in outer space. Does he need a spacesuit? No. Is Models wearing a spacesuit? Probably. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like. Or pajamas. I don't know. But Models or Ziki is killing it. All he needs now are like the Adidas track pants. That would like really complete it. But he's max and relaxed and all cool. Where's he? He's from like Hungary, right?
Yeah, Hungary.
Okay, yeah. But we just ate chicken, so we're not anymore.
Haha.
Am I fired from
like
BSL yet?
Those are my types of jokes.
It's not a dad joke. It's just a bad joke. Anyway, I'm hyped because I kind of came into like paying attention to the European Brood War scene right as Ziki was good and then he stopped playing, and so I didn't get my full quota of time with Ziki. But now we're going on to our next map, La Mancha, and La Mancha kind of comes and goes. If I remember correctly, this was the very first map of Starcraft Remastered ever played in the launch event. I could be wrong about that, but I know they showcased this map in the announcement video. And I was just like, oh, wow, that's La Mancha, but doesn't get seen or doesn't see a lot of play.
Yeah, I think right now it's in the ladder, and it's the first time it's been in the ladder, which is surprising because I remember watching it a couple years ago, like Larva playing on it. I was like, wow, this is a really good standard map. They should, replace Fighting Spirit with it. And then it never happened or something like that.
Replace Fighting Spirit?
Yeah, replace Fighting Spirit.
Burn him at the stake. Oh, how dare you not want the same map we've played for 20 years. Anyway, let's get into our next game. It's going to be Ziki versus...
Did it fall again?
Yeah, it did. Ziki versus Models in our winners match. The winner will advance on to the BSL Season 9 round of 16. Okay, guys, we're ready. All right, in the upper left-hand corner, in the blue, playing Zerg from Hungary, it's Ziki.
And in the bottom left, as the red Protoss, it is the Canadian Hope, it is models.
It sure is. All right, now, look, you can't just cancel your Dragoon range.
You can't do that?
Well, I mean,
you can do that.
You could do that, but like, look, you can also go for like +1 Corsairs, in which case it's not a fake +1 era. Well, that timing it would be. Anyway, I'm excited to see PvZ. We got a chance to see some really cool PvZ early in the round of 16 of ASL of the series. Bisu's back and he's better than ever, but he hit a little bit of a hitch in his those semifinals, I think. His games versus Soma.
Yes.
Yeah. Did not expect that series to go the way that it did. No spoilers, but it was good. And so I'm not sure I know exactly what's happening in PvZ these days.
Well, I'm curious if anybody's going to one base. Like we saw Bonneth one base often last season. You know what's funny? I was thinking that for a long time. Is anybody ever going to one base? And then I saw Snow one base like a week later. So, I mean, maybe we will see one base from models, not this game because we do have just standard Forge expand, or it looks like in this specific scenario, probably even Nexus first. He's approaching 400 minerals.
Yeah, here we go. And
now he cut a lot to get this. This is 11 Nexus. It is not a 12 Nexus, not a 13 Nexus. So he cut big time to get this Nexus up. And actually, this game might already be over because this is a 9 pool. It's not an over pool or a 12 pool. This is going to be extremely fast lanes. And Zeke scouted him first and saw that this is a fast Nexus. So he's going to be building all 6 lanes here. I think it's 6.
I think it's 4 right now, but it's the other larva. Oh, yeah, no, it is 6. Never mind. Yeah, so here we go. How many links does it take to kill a Nexus?
Only one if you have adrenaline.
Good call. I was trying to trick question Nyoken to be so smart. And the probe is going to see these lings and he's going to try to beg them to attack him and slow down running across the map. But
Models is in trouble.
Yeah, cannon's on the way, but is that going to be done in time? Oh, he's going to be so close. He's honestly a little slow on pulling these probes. They might make it there just in time. Oh, we're so close. Protect the cannons. Seconds away. Oh, he's going to do it. He's going to hold.
These probes done. How much damage
oh my God. Why did he build cannons? How dare he? Didn't he know he could hold with just probes?
He can cancel that cannon.
Yeah, honestly, you don't need it.
That was actually amazing defense from Models. He killed 3 lings, lost 1 probe, I think. Worker count 12 to 11. Sure, Zeke has 3 hatch now, but still, I thought Models was going to lose a lot there. And also, not only did he kill a bunch of lings, he also kept the lings outside of his base. So it's not like they're in the base running amok.
Yeah, he has no idea. Oh, it's a probe. Who are we kidding? You can just kill all 3 of those. That's insane. Great hold there by Models. And this is sort of the other side, you know. This is like Two-Face Models. We got to see the cheese in the streets. Now we're macroing in the sheets here for Models. Ooh. And he's even going to get out and get to scout. How does he do it? Does that probe think he's like an SCV or something? Oh, wow. Okay, never mind.
What was that?
The caster curse. Hard at work here. I definitely thought that probe was going the distance.
Brood War AI.
Yeah, how does it work?
I don't think Models meant to turn around there. But regardless, second probe goes out, and now he's going to get in. But this is the danger period for Protoss versus Zerg because you don't know what they're doing. We're at almost 5 minutes where Protoss is completely in the dark other than knowing it's a 9 pool. We see that it's lair, so there's no Hydra follow-up, there's no 9-7-3-4 or any of that. This is just standard, but he has no idea. Now look at the Cybernetics timing. Despite having the fast Nexus, Cybernetics is super delayed here.
Yeah, this is where it's just like, well, was that even really worth it? I mean, I guess he didn't actually lose probes, so kind of mission accomplished, but everything else is going to be a lot later. He sees nothing but drones popping, so he knows he's not going to get like super crazy all in, but he also saw the lair, and so he's probably sure that this is going to be one of those 5 hatch varieties.
Yeah, so now he's going to go find the 3rd hatch, but what he didn't see there was that the lair actually just finished. He moved out right before, so he doesn't know whether the lair just started, was it in the middle, was it almost done. We see that the Spire has already started. Stargate follow-up, pretty normal, but his Sair going across the map may actually just get straight up intercepted by Scourge because the Spire is so far along.
Man, Probe getting all the information at the natural that he wants. He would love to see, what is in those further eggs, but it's going to get chased away. But you're right. This is a very dark, scary time for Protoss. He's building these Corsairs, crossing his fingers, hoping he's not going to get all in and die. And with as much scouting information as he got, he's probably pretty sure he's safe for now. So how big an advantage is getting that 11 Nexus off?
Well, it worked out for him this time. He really lost nothing. If you can get off Nexus first, of course, that's the best build you can possibly open with. Now, Models was probably going for what was like a 7:30 timing because his build got delayed a little bit. It looks like it's going to be like an 8:15, 8:30 +1 timing because he's now started +1. Sair is coming out. Look at the Spire timing. It's basically done. So this Sair really might get picked off as soon as he gets to the natural.
And that's so dangerous because as soon as you lose your first Corsair, not only do you just...
instant armor for Ziki also. Now this is La Mancha with 3 gas at all the bases. So we may have mass Mutaplay potentially.
Yeah, I remember that. It's always in the back of every Zerg's mind. Because obviously mutas are just so good. You just can't use them. Oh, no, he's gonna run right into it. Unfortunately, Scourge never went back and got their GED. They're just Oh, did you see that movement? Crazy. He's got some happy feet. I love this. You remember when what was it? It was like Rain was in the finals of some tournament or whatever. He was doing some like fancy micro. Maybe it was against like Jadong in some show match. I don't know. But he almost saved it. Oh, it was Mini. He was trying to save his Corsair from some Scourge in the semifinals of ASL season 7. I don't remember. But really cool to see him abuse the bad Scourge AI.
Well, we're gonna have to wait and see what he wants to do with this armor upgrade because I thought it might be mass muta. He does have 3 gas going at his nat and his third base, so it does look potentially like this could be mass muta. There's the first few mutas.
Hell yeah!
Now, luckily for Models, he started +1 weapon immediately, but I don't think he's gonna expect Zerg to have started +1 armor immediately too.
Yeah.
Wow, is this 7 hatch? There's 4 hatcheries right there.
Jeez Louise. Hatchery printer. Oh, well, I mean, that's obviously going to be an insane amount of mutas. And I don't think you produce Corsairs expecting that to happen. Obviously, Protoss has no scouting information out of the map outside of Corsairs.
Oh, God. Ziki is getting away with murder here. Because look at that defense at the third base. It's 1 something.
Yeah, non-existent,
He has
basically.
almost the exact amount of drones as Protoss has probes. This is a wide
Look at all those
third.
Guardian hatcheries. And he's actually turning around with the Zealots. Man, usually I just see the Zealots keep going because it takes a million years for mutas to kill them. But, I mean, at least he sees the mutas, so that's at least something. So he can feel comfortable continuing to build Corsairs.
Well, the Corsair count actually has stopped at what looked like 3 or 4. So actually, Models' Corsair count isn't as high as I was expecting it to be. Instead, he's transitioned into Zealot Templar. He's got more gateways coming down. But we see Hydra Speed has started. Hydra Damage has been upgraded too. So this is actually going to be mass Hydras with a lot of air support with the Scourge and Mutas. And Ziki has the econ for it because his drone count is already so high.
Oh, yeah.
He also has so much gas. Well, I thought he had so much gas, but he's spending it all on these Hydras.
I mean, speaking of high drone count, I mean, Models is at 50 workers on 2 bases, so he is saturated. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold on here because he just can't reposition his army as quickly. The Corsairs are here, but here come all the Scourge. Oh my God, he's going to Scourge every single one of them. He's actually morphing an Archon instead of waiting for that storm, so that's maybe a little bit of a Pyrrhic victory. But yeah, the main is in shambles. He's lost all but 2 Corsairs.
Yeah, and now he's just trying to rebuild his Sair count. Every Sair, oh, he almost gets that.
Oh my God, he killed an Archon with mutas. You don't see that one every day. Now he's just going to focus down the Corsairs, maybe not the finesse route.
This is what you always see Protoss do. They try and make something happen with their Zealots while the Mutas are wreaking havoc in the main, but he gets pushed back because there's so many Hydras, and now the Zealots get intercepted by Zealots. It looks like Ziki maybe one more round of Hydras, and it's go time. Not only did he kill the Archon, but he knows that that Archon was 2 Templar. So that's less Storm now.
Less Storm, even the Zealots getting pushed back means less Zealots. They saw the Hydras, and so they know this is such a pain point for Protoss, because what do you build? You build Zealots to stop the Hydras? You just build more Corsairs to kill the Mutas?
He's got to build Templar, but he's spending his gas building Sayers because he just lost 3 or 4 of them. So now these Mutas come back in looking for Templar kills. I don't even think he's building more Mutalisks here. It's only 6.
Yeah, so the Corsairs, even if they get the job done, there's so many Hydras on the ground right now, and there's pitiful numbers of High Templar. He's losing the High Templar to Mutas. He's just gonna sack the Mutas, kill all the High Templar, and how do you beat Hydras without Storm? Nope.
So there's going to be 1 Storm available. The Hydras are highly clumped right now.
Look at the pre-split there by Zeke. Oh, he's going to run in and try to snipe the High Templar anyway. The Storms are good, though. I mean, look, that's about as good as you can get.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few speed lots here. Did they have +1?
Yeah, +1 kicked in, but also Hydra +1 just kicked in, too. Look how fast they die.
Jeez Louise. There is a DT in the group, but I think there's an Overlord right there, and the Corsairs can't dive to get it.
+2 just got sniped.
Oh,
so
God.
It literally just got sniped right when it's about to complete, and this can be Zeke booster rocketing, as you say, out of the group. 2-0.
Draft on the Rocket Man backpack, and he is out of there. Well, really well played. He knew exactly. I love it. Morphing the lurkers in his face. All right, well, yeah, I don't think there's any way to come back from this. Probes going down, and this should be the end of the game. What an incredible performance by Zeke. I didn't know what to expect, but Zeke way outperforming our backdrop, which is unfortunately
disaster.
Total disaster. We'll have that fixed after the next game, but for now, just close your eyes and pretend. Okay, let the illusion of esports wash over you. Man, that was really impressive. Zeke taking that game so convincingly. I didn't know what form he was going to be in, but I guess that's about as good as you can get.
Yeah, because that looked convincing, and I also didn't know what to expect from Zeke, because I remember hearing like, oh, he's amazing, right? But he's after my time, so I'm never really too sure. I remember screenshots of like B or A rank on Fish, which, let's be honest, is incredible.
Yeah, everybody has stories about how they're B or A rank on Fish, but very few people actually were.
Yes, there's actually screenshots of it. Yeah. So, and he just kind of just crushed right there. Everything was perfect. He forced models to make more Sayers, forced an Archon, and then he saw the Archon and killed it, and he had 7 hatches. I think I talked about this last season at BSL. We went from 5 hatch to 6 hatch to 7
how many hatches do you
How
need?
many hatches can Zerg get to? Is we've now gotten to 7. Is 8 coming up next season?
I feel like, because there were like rules back in the day. It's like you just did not build a certain number of hatcheries. It was like 1 or 2 or 3 or 5, and that's like the only numbers. 4 is like, why didn't you build 5? And 6 is like, what are you doing? Are you crazy?
Are you crazy?
Now we're at 7, so who even knows? Really, really cool series. We got a chance to see both players kind of get away with a few things, but in the end, congratulations to Zeke for making it out to the next round. I'm actually really excited to watch him play more.
Yeah, he looked really strong. He did get away with murder with those drones, but if you can get away with it and not get punished, then go for it. And I like the Muta opener into the Hydra switch, kill all the Templar. It was really good. And now we've got models waiting. We can see if Kamizerg can make it through Oyuji, but Kamizerg and Oyuji, I think, both from Sweden, right?
Yeah.
So they definitely have played versus each other a lot.
They played versus each other, and they played with each other on their Nation Wars, right? If I'm not mistaken. I don't. It's been a while since I watched Sweden play. But, still very, very exciting. 2 of the best Swedish players that we've got, and they're coming up next, right after we show their cool player cards on air. But that's break now. Wow, that was
3 best of 1.
That was 3 best of 1s.
That's PvP and ZVZ for you. Baby.
Holy moly, guys. It's going to be a fast night. Just kidding. We've got 2 groups of games. So we're going to take a quick break, fix our illusion of the green Wizard of Oz curtain behind us, And you guys are going to take this time to pretend like you didn't see anything and come back in just a few minutes when we've got our elimination match and the final match of Group A, and of course Group B coming up after that. So don't go anywhere. All right, we're back, everybody. Welcome back to the BSL Season 9. This is the last regular season before BSL Season 10, which is going to be insane. We've got $3,000 from Blizzard as the prize pool there. We actually have quite a few dollars this season, of course, thanks to our sponsors. $1,000 from Blizzard, and then we are also sponsored by Liquipedia and Esport Fund. That's right. I didn't forget Mr. Rustbrain out there and the crew. It's $3,000 next season. So, oh, it's $5,000. What? Where did you get so many dollars, Zero? Oh, anyway, it's a big congratulations to BSL or Zero and Rustbrain and Liquipedia and Blizzard and everybody making the season so awesome. But the seasons are also awesome because we have so many good players, and now we're about to have one less of them. Because we're going to eliminate one of these guys. Who's it going to be? Nyokin.
Kami, Zerg, Oya.
Yeah.
Is it going to be Zerg or Protoss being eliminated? As long as it's not Terran, I'm okay with that, right?
Yeah.
I need more Terran.
Man, it feels weird to lose Oya this early because he has made it at least onto the round of 16, I think, every time I've watched him play. Super, super strong. I haven't seen Kami Zerg play in a while, so I'm leaning a little bit towards Oya here.
You're leaning towards Oya to make it out?
Maybe a little
I'm
bit.
actually leaning towards Kami Zerg.
Okay. All right. So between us, we both get to have an opinion and not be biased because it balances out perfectly.
Yes.
How do we do it? We're just perfect synergy. You guys wish you had what we have, which is chicken over there, but also synergy. So hang tight. We've got our first game in what is now a best of 3 elimination match between Oya or Oyaji and Kami Zerg coming up on Neo Sylphin. All right, here we go. In the upper, I gotta get used to my in-game times. In the upper middle of Neo Sylphid in the blue, this is Kami Zerg.
And in the bottom left, it is the red Protoss, Oyaji. Yeah, so you got the power of Protoss. You think that can overcome the power of Zerg? I mean, Zerg looks unstoppable.
Look, I watched the last game too. Okay, that looked pretty rough. I mean, it was obviously the 7th hatchery that made it so one-sided, right? But it could have been a lot of things. And I definitely don't think that we're gonna have another 11 Nexus here.
Here we go. The probe was sent out a little slow.
Yeah.
Oh, actually not that slow. I thought we might have a 1 base. Now that pylon position. Okay. I guess it is just gonna be a forge.
That's the pylon that if I place it there, it blocks the Nexus.
Came back.
He did come back. I'm pretty surprised.
Well, this is Oyaji. This is what he does. He's always in your face. There was no surprise to me that he 3-gated. I said he might 3-gate.
Yeah. You actually did call that.
So this is going to be a gateway expand. And Oyaji, he's very aggressive in all the matchups. So you know that his Zealot pressure is probably going to be very good with the micro. He's got a first scout. He saw the Overlord. And we do have Kami Zerg going for overpull here. Now, the choke is very small. If he can even just situate 1 probe, 1 zealot there, all of a sudden he's going to get tons and tons of Ling kills because they're not going to be able to get much surface. Wait. Try to look at okay, that is 1 gate. It looked a little blurry. I thought that might have been 2 gates, but just 1 gate.
Well, who do you think this is, Bonneth?
It could be. We'll have to wait and see the micro.
I mean, look, he did lose his. Was it Oya that lost his probe when it was heading across the map? No, that was Models. Never mind. Let's see how long he can block this hatchery for. This is where we find out if it's Bonneth or not.
He's doing a good job.
Probe still got shields. That's how you know it's good.
He's not spending money for a pylon here. He's doing a really good job to deny it.
He comes back in. Wow, that hatchery is going to be a million years until it builds. He glitched it through the drone. How does he do it? Oh, it's spinning around. Jeez Louise.
This is really
good. Stop it.
It still has almost full health.
Okay, you got a couple of shots there, so the probe's going to have to put down a pylon. There it is. In your face. Don't lose the probe, but that's a million years. This is basically a 1-base Zerg build now.
Damn, this was delayed a lot, and you can see that Kami Zerg's response is to just take the mineral only, which is fine. But it got delayed such a long time. Now 2 zealots are already out, so they should be able to deal with these Lings pretty easily. I think Oyaji should build something to kind of limit the surface area. Otherwise, I think these Lings might just run in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just run in, snipe the pile. I mean, how are you gonna deal with that? Yeah, the choke is just too wide. What you were talking about, the choke into the main is very narrow, but to counteract that, the choke at the natural is very wide. So you're gonna need some SimCity here. These Zealots are not gonna cut it. I love how active Kamezerg's being, but yeah, there you go, limiting the surface area a little bit.
There we go, Forge comes down, and this is 10 Lings from Kamezerg, so he's really committing to this. He's trying to make something happen, whether it's taking down Zealots, whether it's taking down the gateway. He really wants to get in here. I think, is there a gap between the gate and the Forge?
No, there's no way you can run in there. I mean, I say that and watch the Zergling slide by. I think that's tight, so he's got to go up top. I'm glad those 2 probes are pulled. You can try to run by and just hope you can't grab him fast enough, but no, he's more than prepared there. Now there's 4 Zealots out, so realistically, I don't know how long we can keep the song and dance up.
Kamezerg's in trouble because he went speed first,
yeah.
and I don't see this really doing anything. So it's going to be speed really quickly for almost no benefit right now. The only benefit would be if Oyaji moves out, but I find it hard to believe that he's going to move out when he sees speed kick in.
He's got 9 drones,
he's going to have 5 Zealots in a second.
Jeez Louise.
If he just plays a normal game, goes straight up into tech like he is, he's going to move out with like 12 Zealots and +1.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's a lot of Lings, but not when you have to. Oh no.
Well, this is
it. He's gonna run by. There's only 1 cannon, but the probes are pulled. I thought that was it, Nyoken.
Oyaji's micro this game is really good. He limited how much damage the Lings did in the beginning with only 2 Zealots. You saw the instant probe reaction right there. A lot of times people watch their Zealots the whole time and don't remember to pull their probes. Mm-hmm. So Oyaji is actually playing really well right now. Also, he's consistently picking off 1 or 2 Lings. I think we had 14 Lings. Now it's down to 11 versus 5 Zealots. 5 Zealots win that fight.
It's so crazy to me that he can be this excuse me, proactive with the Zealots, because it's so scary to bring them away from your wall. Because I mean, in my games, the Zerglings run by. In this one, obviously, it's a little bit too much of an overcommitment. And then you just die to 6 Zealots. So 6 Zealots is very scary. Obviously, the Lings are going to have to come back and try to defend here. Does he have enough to hold on? There's no Sunkens or anything in progress.
I don't think he has enough Lings right now. He's going to pull drones, but you can just position over on the side like this. The drone drill is great right there. Really
wow, yeah. He's going to lose a couple of drones, but I mean, look at how the Zealots are just totally glitched out. So drone losses suck, but he's going to hang on, survive, and take out the Zealots, so that regains map control and keeps his natural alive.
Yeah, that was actually really good defense from Kamezerg right there. Zealots were a bit overzealous there, but look at how many drones there are compared to probes. There's only 33 probes versus 20 drones. Mm-hmm. Huge worker lead for Oyaji right now. Meanwhile, he's got his tech up and running. Citadel's about to complete. I didn't see Alair started just yet for Kamezerg.
I mean, talk about power of Protoss all the time. Power of Zerg is they can build a lot of units, and sometimes when they are very far behind like this, they can kind of cheat and get away with just powering on drones for a while. But I don't think that Oya is going to let him do that. Especially picking off that Overlord just makes it even more painful back at home. And I don't know about this 4 hatch coming up. I mean, this is just, it seems like Oya is just getting further and further ahead.
He's got 5 hatch, but yeah,
does he?
Oyaji's got an amazing lead right now.
Yeah.
There's no tech at all for Kamezerg. He does have 5 hatch, so he can power extremely hard. Eliminating the 6 Zealots was actually massive, because that was a huge amount of Zealots. If he had kept them, he would have 9 right now. We see speed has started. He would have had that number of 12 Zealots with +1.
God, that's so scary.
That would have been ridiculous. And we can see how far along or how strong his econ is. He's also starting to get 4 gate. I think that was 4 Overlords just produced. No, it wasn't. But just 4 Overlords over there. But still, Oyaji killing it. DT coming out, and we know that there's no lair. So if a battle happens and Oyaji sneaks a DT in, there's not going to be speed. If he can find any place that has no Overlord, that whole drone line is going to be wiped.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Your Overlord spread both has to be good enough, and then also out of range of the Corsairs when they come in. So let's see. What is okay? So he's got the stack at the nat or at the third. There's still a few overlords that could be vulnerable to getting picked off. There's no Scourge out here like we saw in the last game, so that Corsair is just going to sit there for free.
Well, Kamizerg's going to have a lot of units very quickly. We saw like 10 Hydras in production just now. He's got +1 weapon coming in for his Hydras too. So his +1 weapon is going to line up pretty similar with his layer timing, so he can start +2 instantly. Oya going into 7 gates, so he's playing it pretty safe. Despite having a big lead, he's not risking taking a third base overly quickly. He's going to make sure that he can hit his Zealot, Goon, Templar power spike first. I like that. There's no need for him to try and take a third base. He's got so many probes. Once he takes it, he'll be able to saturate it instantly.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the hard part about PvZ is getting that third base as Protoss. It's just so scary. You've got to be able to bust out and then hold against anything crazy coming your way. Let's see, I guess that's 1-1 about to finish out of Double Forge for Oya. So he is making good use of his time, and he has he's remacroed up a pretty scary army of Zealots, even though he did lose the first, what was that, 6?
Yeah, he lost the first 6, really didn't get a lot of damage done there. I think killed like 2 drones and just a handful of wings. But he's got +1 armor coming also. This is something we're seeing more and more these days. Fast +1 armor. This time it's not even after the +1 weapon. He just straight up got a second forge. I like that. He's going to have 2-1, a huge power spike, because Zerg is not getting armor at all here. He's just going straight into damage. And his damage isn't even going to be that far along versus the armor. So actually, the armor is going to nullify this weapon upgrade. Here comes Oya. This is not a base he wants to attack. He cannot afford to throw Zealots again like this.
Well, and his upgrades, they've finished, but the next ones are on the way. And actually, the armor is about halfway done. So
there's that DT waiting.
Now, obviously, this is still... Oh, he's going to pick off 3 Hydras in the middle of the map. That's always nice. Does need to protect those High Templar. Oh, no. He does want it forward for a beautiful storm. Trying to dodge away from it. A decent dodge on the second one, but the Zealots... Oh, my God, look at that storm in the back. Absolute carnage. Everything getting completely wiped. Now, I think this base is a lot more bustable, but reinforcing Hydras coming in from behind, sniping a couple of High Templars, and even though a few units did make it past the wall in, the majority of Oya's army has been pushed away.
Yeah, it's been pushed away, but he killed
he's
a lot of
Hydras.
For the
drone line.
I don't think he
has he has no energy.
But he's got enough Zealots there to fight a few of these Hydras straight up. He also has a DT. I see it sharking around the right side. Luckily, there's Hydras there, gets picked off. But this is still okay because supply is still way ahead for Oya. He's going to have 2-1 in a couple seconds. He's got his third Nexus up. He's got everything going for him, and still absolutely no tech at all for Kamizerg. No Lurker upgrade, no Spire. All he has is Speed Hydras, Speed Overlord. He's got 6 hatches, which has a lot of power, obviously. But look at the drone count. Extremely low. All Oya has to do is survive right now, and his next wave of production will surely overwhelm the Hydras.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had over 30 drones this game for Kamizerg. He's budget Zerg right now, so he definitely needs to either go back into macro. Oh my God, the craziest of storms. This is still going to be difficult to hold on. To break through for Kamizerg. He's got 1 billion units, but this is basically it. How good are the storms here? He's going to land a decent one in the middle, but he needs more and more to land. Oh, that's a good one on the Hydras from behind. The Zealots are pushing the Hydras back. Another beautiful storm, and I think Oya might have broken through here in Ioken.
Yeah, he just barely has enough. There's not enough Hydras for Kamizerg. He's all in also. I don't see any drones in production. It's just pure Hydras at this point. He's getting doubled in supply. Oya has +2 kicking in. He's got range kicking in. He's got like 10 gates. I see 2 more going up for him. So this is going to be Oya on the brink of eliminating Kamizerg, because Kamizerg has absolutely nothing. It's just a handful of Hydras left over, and he has to continue to build Hydras just to survive. He cannot power up himself.
I'm really hoping that something magically drastic turns this game around. We do finally get that modeled Kamizerg show match, but it doesn't look like that will be today. Man, Oya is just killing it. That extra forge is just kicking in over and over again. He's on like 2-2 now, right?
He's got 2-1.
2-1, okay.
Zerg just started +2 weapon. I'm probably going to watch Oyaji start +3, +2 any moment now. He's got the resources for it. He's just building so many units. He should start thinking about taking a 4th base. He's taking bottom middle. Everything is going for him. We see the drone cycle has kicked in. It's 39 drones now.
Okay.
But look at the supply, 150 to 70. How do you stop this army? Oyaji, he's relentless, man.
Yeah, Oya is killing it. He's got the perfect composition, maybe a few more storms mixed in there, but I mean, his units are just so strong with that 2-1 that Kame is just struggling to produce enough Hydras here. I mean, you know, Hydras are good, but a Protoss now getting up basically a free 3rd, you can't just let that happen.
Yeah, Oyaji, he's turning around, trying to get up his 4th base, focusing the pylon. Tommy Zerg's buying time, which is what he needs. But unless I see the lurker upgrade start, I'm still very worried. One thing to notice is I'm consistently watching the production tab for Oyaji. I don't think I've seen an observer. So actually lurkers would save him in this particular case.
I mean,
there's
they save him momentarily, but even if he picks off that observer, there's still a bunch of storms.
Yeah,
so
still, there's tons and tons of Protoss. Let's not deny it. It's 170 to 85.
There's like more than we can fit on the screen here. So Zero has to keep scrolling to show us the entire size of the arm. Jeez Louise, that's a massive Protoss death ball pushing across the map, and there's just not enough Zerg to hold on. He's got Hydras up on the double quotes high ground. It's not high ground, so they're still visible. They're still getting stormed. I mean, decent dodge, but he just can't fight at all. And these Zealots are just killing everything. GG. Kame Zerg taps out, and Oyaji wins game number 1. Whew. Hey, at least it's best of 3, so there's a chance to come back. I really like this format. I think ASL did best of 1s for the first 2 games, and then best of 3s for the last 3. But I actually like making it easier for the winners to win and harder for the losers to lose. But we don't know which player is the loser yet. We've got to get through game number 2. So, what did you think about that game? I thought it was maybe a little bit over-aggressive of Kame Zerg to go so heavy on the Zerglings and just never build drones early on.
Yeah, he definitely needed to make something happen with the Lings, but even that's not even really what I paid attention to the most. Most I was paying attention to was the Zealots, because it's so easy to just miss micro, and Oyaji didn't miss micro at all, despite the huge gap at the top and the bottom.
It's so hard because you see like the Zealots are blocking the giant hole on the bottom, and like he's got 2 probes, and you're like, those probes can't block that, and then they just pull perfectly. That was really good control, and you have to have that because there's just so many ways that you just lose the game. You replay that like 10 times with a worse Protoss player, half the time the Zerglings get through.
Yeah, it was so easy for them to get in. And then also when he had speed, and you remember he moved out and the speedlings came running by, I was like, no, this is the moment that Lings just get in. But instant probe pull from Oyaji, which a lot of times you don't see. So that was really good from Oyaji. I'm actually really impressed with that right now. The early game control, actually really good.
How does he do it? Well, let's see if he can do it again as we get into game number 2. This game is on La Mancha, so we're going back there. Once again, we still have not seen Monte Cristo.
We're not going to.
How do bans work? Make them less effective. Let's get into game number. Oh, sorry, I forget we have these like sick intros. Yeah. Sorry, we were too prepared for battle, guys. In the upper right-hand corner, in the blue, playing Protoss from Sweden, it is Oya.
In the bottom left, as the red Zerg, also from Sweden, it is Kame Zerg.
That's right. Hey, it's Sverige. It's a good day to be Swedish. Well, it's a bad day for one of these players. And it looks like Kame Zerg is kind of struggling, but let's see how he mixes it up here. Probably don't want to go for something super, super aggressive like that again. Obviously, it's a bigger map, so you don't want to overplay your hand. And I want to see what this looks like when we get into like, you know, the big bad, you know, 5 gateways. We've got tons of hatcheries pumping Hydras. We can actually play a game where the Zerg player isn't kind of handicapped from just never being able to get the drone count they want.
And as expected, Oyaji gonna go for a gateway expand. I actually thought that because of this terrain on this map, I thought we may see Nexus first, because he's gonna have to run around and go up ramps and down ramps. But Oyaji, I guess he just always wants to be aggro, and 12 Nexus would have been great because this is actually an overpool. And we already saw models hold a 9 pool on this map. So we'll have to see how the Zealots can fare this time. They got a little bit more room to walk. Just try and get down there and deal some damage. Also, it's cross spawn this time.
Yeah, so a lot of factors would make that more economic opener viable. But you barely ever see Zergs do something other than overpool. So that's why in that previous game where the 11 Nexus was held, I was like, wow, that's a 9 pool and he still holds it?
Yeah, models had really sick control with the pros. Now, what is this scout pattern? It looks like Oyaji knows the Overlord path because it would have intercepted the right side. So now he gets a first scout off, basically scouting 2 at the same time. He sees the hatchery come down, only 1 group of lings in production right now versus Oyaji. You know that's always extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
Because this Zealot is about to come out pretty soon. Now, something I don't see this time is I don't see a scout from Kamizerg. So he actually has no idea what's actually going on. I guess because it is Oyaji, he can guess that it is a gateway expand, but it didn't have to be.
Right. I mean, the probe gets basically as much information as you need at this point. It's going to get pushed out. Like you said, those Zerglings are a little bit scary, but here comes the Zealot. And I think this is going to be the first indication. Yep, there it is. The handshake, and the Zergling instantly turns around, and there's more in production.
So it's going to be 3 Zealot expand from Oyaji. He's going to keep the pressure up just like he did last game. Probe is doing a good job to delay this hatchery.
Look, are we going to see this again? No. I was about to be upset. That would have been crazy. But we're going to get a scout from the Zealot. Never mind. We're pacifist Zerglings there.
Well, that was actually kind of a misstep, I think, from Oyaji, because even though he delayed the hatchery, he's lucky that this Zealot got in such a good position. Is he gonna actually get
he's going to get a drone.
Oh, he gets one, and he's clicking around for that second drone. He can't find it.
I mean, that's the bonus drone anyway. He's going to try to get in with another Zealot, but this time the Zerglings aren't quite as... Ooh, sneaky. Zergling gets in. So that's a nice scout from Kamizerg, whereas it would have been pretty difficult to see what's going on.
And it drew the attention from Oyaji away from his own Zealot. So the Zealot got picked off for only 1 ling. Definitely not worth. Can that probe one-on-one the ling?
No way.
No way.
Oh,
still very
close.
good.
Close.
Very good from Oyaji to save that probe right there. Now this time, what's the build order from Kami? Again, we do have speed coming out. I think now that he's picked off, what was it, 2 or 3 Zealots, he could probably skip speed for now and just go straight there. But he's decided he's going to go for speed. I don't think this is going to be for a bust. It's just going to be defensive lanes. 3rd Zealot about to finish. I wonder what Oyaji's follow-up is going to be. We've been seeing sometimes straight Citadel lately within the past few months, or is it going to be Stargate again?
I mean, I think Citadels are not Citadel, but Stargate's been kind of the way to go. It's a little bit hard. I mean, for a while, like 973 or 9734 was like killing everybody, and so Protoss are just super scared to build Stargate like ever. So I think we saw Citadel a little bit more often during that period of time, but I think as that has faded away, we've gone back to kind of the standard Stargate play, but I don't know. I mean, BSL, anything goes.
Well, it looks like we're going to have 973 because we've got 9 drones in the main, 7 at the natural. We're about to have 3 at the 3rd base. Everything is lining up for 973. This Zealot is actually going to disrupt the mining quite nicely. I thought 3 more Zealots were across the map farther, but Zerg sees them move out. I don't know how much damage this actual Zealot can deal, and that's going to be kind of worrisome to send out 3 Zealots versus an Overlord that saw your Zealots move out, and this is a lot of lings.
It's a lot of lings. I mean, the Zealot sees 4 drones at that base, so I don't know if he just thinks Zergs can't count, or if he's still going to be expecting some early aggressive Hydra pressure. And that is what it's going to be. There's Hydra speed about 90% of the way done, and more Hydras on the way. So let's see if he can get out there and scout that in time. Obviously, the Zergling is going to push the Zealots back, and that's the biggest way to keep this from getting scouted. And I don't think he has any indication that this is happening, right?
No, he didn't see any of the hydras. He moved out to force units and then turned around, which I think was a smart move. But unfortunately for him, this is 973, so they were building units anyways. So he didn't see anything really. More hydras are being pumped out. Range is coming in. They've got speed coming in. +1 weapon kind of just started. So actually, this is in danger of getting busted. And because he went Stargate first, his Citadel timing is a little bit slower. Oh no, we cannot lose these Zealots.
Oh man, the Zealots are going out. I mean, they're getting a lot of Zergling kills, but they've got to stay alive. And somehow, miraculously, they do. And that's going to hold long enough for these cannons to come up. Obviously, the gateway's still a little bit vulnerable, but at least we're not getting busted, right?
Yeah, he's going to save his Nat, but he's losing this Forge and Gateway 100%. I do not see this +1 weapon ever completing, especially with range about to complete for the Hydras. We've got 4th and 5th hatch coming down. We have more Hydras coming out for Kamizer. So actually, this could be a bust. I expect him to try and transition in a second.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't. The blunt instrument is not the most effective in some cases, this one included. So let's see if he wants to transition here. Just gonna go ahead, scout everything out, and is he gonna see Hydras pop?
He wants him.
Yeah, he's diving on it. Okay, Zealots coming up to push the Hydras back. They do get pushed back. And there are more Hydras on the way here. There's not like a ton more, but he's gonna snipe one of the cannons in the front. It's gonna make that Forge a lot more vulnerable. And +1 is not done yet.
No, this Forge is 100% dead. There's no production for Protoss right now. 2nd and 3rd gate just now completing. Forge, backup Forge actually in the back of the base. That's great for him, so he won't be vulnerable without being able to build cannons. But there's the drone cycle that we were expecting.
Yeah.
So many cannons went up too. That's like 7 right now, and he's already lost 2, so that's 9 cannons.
So your opponent's building 9 cannons, and you're building a huge drone cycle. Let me do the math on that one. This is kind of the shoe on the other foot. Although I will say that Kame's still only on 27 drones, which is obviously not exactly the count you would like. More on the way, obviously, but how do you think about this place in the game? Did building that many cannons really put Oya that far behind?
I think he's still okay, but if he wants to salvage this game, we need to start cutting probes now, because we're at 51. We don't need it anymore. We need units now, because Zerg now has 6 hatch. They're going to have +1 weapon pretty soon. Also, Lair is coming up. But if he can hit the 1/1 power spike that Protoss is really strong with, I still think he's good to go. He also has Storm coming in. So even though everything is slower, he can build up that energy while he's waiting for his gates to come in. Still think he's okay, but definitely Kamizer in a great position right now. Slowly building up that drone count, almost 40 now versus 54. DT, how much damage can get done?
Should be nothing. Really well-spaced overlords. This is something that like if you're your average 1500 player, this is still something that's not totally perfected. It's like having your overlord spread both wide enough to there's a pause. Wide enough to catch the DTs, but also not get picked off by stray Corsairs everywhere. Obviously, it's a little bit easier now. So what's coming up in the Protoss base? Just huge gateway explosion going up to 8-9 gates.
He's got like 7 gateways there. I like what Oyaji is doing is he's consistently poking with his Corsair to check, is there a Spire? Is there a Mutalisk switch? Like we saw Zeke do, he used the Mutas to just pick off some Templar. There is the Spire. He didn't go into the main to see it. So actually, a Muta switch would be amazing right now. But he may be able to sniff it out, because even though he hasn't seen it, why do we have 3 gas at this point?
That's a good point. Hydras cost gas. No, they basically don't. Well, they don't cost 3 gases, that's for sure. So yeah, he could start to figure this out, because this is that's the key moment. You're building up your High Templar, you're getting Kydarian Amulet, all of your Storm energy, and if you get them sniped, then you can't kill all of the Hydras. But I mean, what are our upgrade counts at? I think we're about to hit +2 with +1 armor. Halfway done for the Protoss.
It's 1-1 coming in for Protoss.
Was it really?
Because they lost.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I got canceled.
Move catches a few Hydras here. This is actually a decent timing, but he's going right before armor, so he should be a little bit careful here.
Yeah.
But it did push Hydras back. 3rd Nexus going up for Oyaji. He's up 20 supply, but still manageable for Zerg. For Zerg to be within 10 to 20 supply at this point in the game, that's great. But these Templars that have been sitting at the natural for so long, he does have Kydarian Amulet also. So there it is. There's the Muta switch.
Yeah.
So he's going to have like 2 Storms available on all these Templars. If they get sniped, all we have left is Mass Zealot. It's not even really that many Zealots.
Yeah, we don't really have like observers or any scouting information.
God.
Oh no, there's nothing here to defend these poor. He's actually storming his own units, just trying to protect them. I mean, the storms do get some damage done, but it's not enough. The Mutas survive. The High Templar do not. He's going to lose another one for free. And now Oya has 1 High Templar to his name. 2. Okay.
That was like 5 Templars just go down for free. And now he's got to cancel his 3rd Nexus. Complete control from Kami. Also the main, no cannons.
No.
Goodbye probe line. And because he doesn't have any Sayers, how does he defend this? Is he going to storm over top the mineral?
Yeah, storm the probes. Come on.
Oh, no, they're all grouping up.
Oh my God. Yeah, but they're right over the probes. He can't storm them. So the High Templar goes down. A round of Dragoons is going to come out, but Dragoons suck versus Mutas. And the High Templar goes down again. That's 2 more High Templar getting picked off.
Now supplies are dead even. We've got 4th base going up for Kami Zerg. He's got +2 weapons started. Protoss also has +2 weapon, but no AoE now. All he has is pure Zealot, basically. I don't even know if the goons can get out.
I mean, Zealots are good, right? I don't know if they're that good. Dragoons are not good against Mutas. I mean, if you have a bunch of them, sure, they'll get the job done. But I mean, the Mutas already did their job. Mission accomplished. And so this is the most feeble attempt for Oya to try to get this 3rd base up, because there are about 1 billion Hydras coming across the map.
God.
Look at this arc. They've got high ground too. Oh, man. This is like an Age of Empires, like historical reenactment where one army gets completely destroyed. Not the greatest analogy, but you get the idea. Here we go. Well, now the Dragoons have high ground, so that's, something. I'm really trying to pull for Oya here, but he just cannot hold this middle of the map position.
Yeah, there's just too much Zerg. And the Mutas are still wreaking
No
havoc.
way.
They're just picking off goons as they come back. Free shots while they're on move command. There's so many Hydras. The thing is Kami doesn't even have to kill him. He can just go kill the 3rd base and he wins the game.
Yeah, I think he's actually just going to go kill him. There's so many. I mean, this is so unfair.
Jeez.
Like, you guys want to talk about how unfair Storm is? This is why it needs to be unfair, because the Zerg can just do this. Have 1 million Hydras, and that's going to do it. GG. Wow, we've got a 1-1 on our hands.
We do have one.
The hope is still alive for that Kame Zerg model show match in the losers match. But I'm really impressed there. That Muta switch was fantastic and very well executed too. It's not you can't just put the plan in motion. You got the perfect angle, sniped all the High Templar. That's one way to even up a series.
It was great. Kami Zerg, macroing like a god right there. Played everything great. And Oya G, I don't even think he played poorly. It was just the Templars too far out and no Sayers. If he had found the Spire, I think 100% of the time he built 3-4 Sayers there.
Yeah.
And then he can take his 3rd for free, or not for free. He would have gotten his 3rd. But happens sometimes. But now, are we back on match point? Oh no, we started out on Sylphid first. Match point is our 3rd map this time. Match point was.
That's right. Okay. Wow. It's been a long night. I can't even use that as my excuse. Damn. Anyway, match point is our next map, and it will appropriately be match point in this elimination match to find out which player is going to get eliminated from the BSL in the round of 24. Definitely feels bad. I don't know who it's going to be. It's been a very even series so far, so let's see who gets eliminated. All right, here we are in the bottom left-hand corner of the map in the red. From Sweden, this is Kame Zerg.
In the top right as the blue Protoss, it is Oya G. So Oya G, are we going to do something other than Gateway Expand? Could be. I would like to see 12 Nexus because both games, Kame Zerg didn't scout. This is a 2-player map. You would think that's not the map you want a 12 Nexus on, because you're going to get scouted so easily. I'd like to see a little bit of a switch up here from Oya G. Go for the 12 Nexus, but more than likely this is probably going to be Gateway Expand.
Let's see. I mean, it's kind of rare to see the 11 Nexus, but kind of I what do you think about the going Nexus first on 2-player maps?
It's a good mind game because nobody does it.
But
The 11 Nexus that models went for, that's the I really want to hit this Nexus first.
Yeah.
I do not want to deal with any type of links. I really want this Nexus first badly. And this is a good opportunity for Oyaji go for the 12 Nexus. He's going to get a fast scout off. So now he has the opportunity to go for 12 Nexus if he wants, because he sees that this is actually an overpool. He didn't go Gateway expand this time. So it's either Forge expand or Nexus first.
And he's really hoping it's not Nexus first. And it's not. So getting in with a probe, just being annoying, harassing, but don't want to take too much damage because you want to regen the shields by the time it needs to block the hatchery. It's coming out. This is probably going to be a Forge. Okay. Well timed. So it is going to be a Forge expand. And man, the more games I watch from like Bonus stream or even guys like DeWalt are doing a lot of gateway openers. It's just I don't see that many Forge expos anymore.
Well, it gives
the moving shot, very nice.
Is it Larva?
Is that him?
Is that him?
Is that Zero Queen? Is that you? I don't know. Kame looking good. He is not going to repeat that first game, getting his hatchery blocked for 1,000,000 years.
Actually, I feel kind of bad for Oyaji now because the one game he doesn't go for a gateway expand where he could at least have the Zealot as a
you're right.
scout potential. Now he's completely
Now he just has nothing.
Luckily for him, Kami Zerg only built 2 lings, and something that a lot of Zergs do is they continue to only build 2 lings. They don't ever build 4 or 6. I really like 4 because they can start sitting on hold position on ramps, for example. But he's going to be able to get out a second probe. I think the Overlord saw it, so maybe these lings will turn around and try and intercept it. But he's in the dark, which is the most dangerous part about Protoss versus Zerg.
Yeah. Definitely feels bad. The Overlord's going to see the probe coming across the map in the middle, so that might allow Kame to pick it off and deny scouting even longer.
Well, one thing to notice already is this wall at the Natch. Look how far ahead that Forge is. It is way out there.
Out there.
This is like, please kill me, man.
Can you say convex?
No.
Did I say it or did I say it? Somebody say I said it in chat. There we go. Anyway, and you're totally right. Now it's even scarier, not only because of that wall, but because he just has no idea. Oya is way in the dark, and see if he like maybe overcompensates. The extra cannons doesn't look like it.
Zerg could be doing absolutely anything right now, and Protoss has no idea. This Forge is so exposed. Luckily for him, this is just going to be a lair opener. 9734, I feel like, would have been an amazing opener. Also, look at how the cannon is placed next to the Nexus. There's no way to put a second cannon directly over it. It doesn't fit. So once the Forge goes down, the only area you can put cannons on is the right side. He could even just run by.
It's like building missile turrets behind the minerals in the second spawn on Fighting Spirit.
We got a third probe coming out. I think the Overlord saw it again. So these lings are going to be looking for it.
These are like Hitman lings. These are like, what's the name of that Hitman in Rick and Morty that just kills everybody? Crumbopulous Michaels. That's who these Zerglings are. They're just, has he gotten a probe in yet?
No, he has no idea what's going on. He's going to come in here and see that there is a third hatch. I like how he sent this out in the probe at the same time, because now something's definitely going to get in. He sees the 4th hatch. I think this gives it away that this is not 5-hatch Hydra.
Oh, here come the Zerglings.
At least not just yet.
Here they go killing again. Actually, they're not going to kill that probe in time. So finally, Oya is going to get the deep scout in that he wants, and this is going to give him all the information. And I think he's actually in a pretty good spot. Like, he's not going to get punished for going air and +1. He sees that pretty much business as usual.
Yeah, now one thing I'm seeing is there's no Spire. This actually is a Hydrogen going down at the natural. No Spire anywhere. It's going to be a 5th hatch coming up pretty soon. So actually this +1 weapon Sayer is really not going to help him at all, at least not just yet. If he can survive an incoming attack, then of course it will help him just murder Overlord left and right. But right now, really no benefit to him at all. This Forge, I am so worried for it. I think +1 weapon is going to complete, luckily for him.
Well, the Zerglings are going to come forward. And actually, the Overlord saw the Forge positioning earlier. So I feel like that was the time to make the decision about whether or not you want to punish such a forward forge, because it is vulnerable, guys. Don't get it twisted. That is just the scariest spot for it to be in, because if it had been something more aggressive like a 973, then that could have gotten picked off very, very quickly, like in the last game where he lost +1 very early, and it really set him behind in the upgrade battle.
Well, look at what OUG is doing. He's respecting the potential for some muta play. He's building cannons at his nat and his main, but we saw that there's no spire anywhere. But he came in and saw a lair. Now, he may not have noticed that there's no spire, but he's probably thinking, well, you have lair, it's got to be somewhere. But we see that it's not anywhere, so these cannons really aren't going to help him at all. It's just going to be mass Hydra, 6-hatch Hydra, +1 weapon coming in, speed overlord. Now I would be skeptical what's going on. Why are there Hydras coming out to defend Sayers?
Yeah, especially since I wouldn't say he thought it was Spire, but he's certainly thinking in his mind that it could be after that last game where it was so potent.
Now, luckily for him, Temple Archives is about to finish, but he needs to get Storm ASAP. Again, he's got double Forge coming in, +1 armor already started, but Kamisar is going to be on his doorstep pretty soon. Range is about to complete too, +1 weapon is halfway along the lines. And here comes the Hydra production. He started to really pump out the Hydras. Sayers going to get, just take a little bit of shield damage, but this is going to be so many Hydras so quickly, and there's really not that many Zealots. What is that, 5 Zealots and a Goon?
Right. And the Zealots, let's see, does he have legs yet? No, it's not done, but it will be by the time he needs it to be. Yeah, everything is... this is like remarkably standard, considering how long Oya was in the dark. I was kind of surprised that nothing crazy happened during that time. None of the Corsairs have gotten picked off, so he's still at 3. But he's not... Is he making more?
No, he's not making any Sayers right now. He still has 3. He's got his 5 gates up. He was moving across the map, but it looks like he's turned around. Templars have started to come out.
Yeah, DT on the way.
DT is out somewhere. Where is he?
It's invisible. We don't know where it is, guys. Can you imagine if they implemented true invisibility, where neither player could see where the unit was? Impossible. You can't see where your own unit is. It's fair, right? Right? See, yeah, there it is. All right, dude. Can we? The production value this season, insane.
He almost got the Sayer and the DT, both of them. Well, the DT survives, so once the game starts getting hectic, you know he's going to be somewhere.
Oh, of course. But it's just going to chill somewhere.
I'm actually surprised that Kamisarg hasn't attacked yet, especially after killing, what was it, 3 probes in the early game. There's no scouting potential for OUG at all. Now, OUG has recovered nicely. He's got 50 probes. He's got 7 gate or 8 gate even. He's setting up to take his 3rd Nexus again. He's about to have 2-1 pretty soon. Kamisarg also on top of his upgrades getting +2 weapon. And now, this time, he's getting Lurkers. But I think he's kind of missed his window now because actually, he still has a window. Storm not done yet.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised Storm's maybe not slow, but it's not there yet. I thought he was going drops there for a second. And then, yeah, there it is, drops on the way. Because he built like 5 Overlords in one macro round. So I was like, well, you don't really just build 5 Overlords all at once. So he's getting drops and Lurkers, so it could lead to some hijinks.
Yeah, Lurker drop into match point would be amazing. There's so much area to go for a drop. Also, dropping behind the mineral line at the 3rd or even the natural is very nice. Look how many probes he has at the nat. Just so many probes. If there's a double spine shot, it's going to wipe out like 20 all at once.
Yeah, I mean, anytime, and I think a lot of Zerg, specifically Oya here, are a lot of Protoss and like Oya are doing this, where they stay on 2 base for a little bit longer, but they keep making a billion probes. And then when they bust out and take their 3rd, it's perfectly saturated and they can make up the difference from delaying that 3rd a little bit longer. And that keeps them from taking a 3rd when they're a little bit too weak to defend it. So here we go.
We got a counterattack at the bottom to pick up all the Templars.
Oh, it's coming from behind, but actually the Storms are pretty good at sniping the Hydras, but they do get the High Templars, so that's mission accomplished.
Yeah, and now there's 6 Hydras in the back. He's trying to draw these units out of position in the front. I'd love to see him morph into Lurkers here and then use the other Hydras on the top side to just
You make like a wall of Lurkers and he can't go by it?
Well, Kamizerg has a lot, but he has to make sure he's not attacking uphill like this. There's Storm there. Doesn't look like there's actually that many Hydras, but there's so many Zealots.
Now he's going to pull back because the storms are coming. A really good storm on the Hydras in the front. There are still more storms left from those High Templar, and they're moving forward and more forward. But there's, once again, another Hydra hit squad coming up from behind.
The Hydra hit squad going to try and deny.
Oh, actually, no, those are going to morph into lurkers.
I thought he might try to attack the third. Yeah, he's going to try and attack the third. Unlucky for him. Cannons get up just in time, so perfect play from Oyaji. But his army is kind of isolated in the middle of the map. And look how much yellow there is.
Man, that is a lot. Obviously, storms are on the way. There's no Muta switch, so the timeline of the second game is not going to come back to haunt us. Control of this high ground in the middle is super important, and it looks like Oya's got that for now. But holding that is going to be very, very difficult, and I don't know if he can push out past it. Yeah, I think this is a little bit of a mistake. He gets a great storm off, and that'll make it worth it, but he did lose a lot of Zealots there.
Yeah, both players, man, Oyaji is so far out, but Kamizerg not able to strike from all sides. He is just going to back off for now. That gives Oyaji a third base. Looks like Hydras are kind of miscontrolled right there, bleeding off a little bit, but not a huge deal. Still 20 supply lead for Oyaji. He's about to have +2 armor, though. Meanwhile, Zerg, I think, has +2 weapon, but there's no hive tech, so they can't start +3.
Yeah. And he's losing a few more Hydras. I think he forgot those after they tried to attack the next base. Yeah, here comes the lurker drop. I thought those Hydras that he just lost was going to be the lurker drop, but this is the one we're watching out for. And it's unscouted, and if it drops off in Fog of War like this, okay, now he sees the Overlord. It's got speed. He should know what's up. There's a little bit of a counterattack in this corner base, but nobody cares about that. I'm just watching the spines. Is he gonna drop it? Drop it? Drop it? Okay, so he drops the lurker. It's just barely, I think, out of range. I didn't see if the spines started hitting, but looks like the corner base was cleaned up. Okay, the spines are firing just a little bit. His Hydras are a little bit out of position. He can't keep hemorrhaging them while dropping lurkers.
Oh, I'm waiting for a juicy storm. Templar's running uphill.
Gets a whiff. Storm off, but misses most of it. Second storm's better. Does get a few of the Overlords here.
There's a lurker drop in the middle only.
Yeah, so we've got more lurkers being dropped behind this. Let's see if those can get the spines they need. It only hits one probe at a time, though, so he's going to move that one up. But at the same time, more and more storms being used. The Hydra count just seems endless.
So many Hydras, but I think bottom right is also getting denied by a lurker, potentially. I see a yellow dot down there. Nope,
it's an Overlord, but could be denied in the future very easily.
Regardless, probe count is basically even to the Zerg drone count now, and that's not good for Protoss. Protoss needs better econ. Zerg is exploding. Oh, lurker finally within range, but that's okay, actually. This base is very low on resources. Oyaji coming in for another attack, but I don't see any Templar here. It's just goons attacking uphill.
Oh, no.
No way.
Huge concave, which, as we know, beats the convex.
Attack top left.
I like that he's continuing to try to take this base out, but even if it does, and actually I will snipe the hatchery there. If he loses all of these Zealots, I mean, he's just never going to have the army that he needs. And, I mean, there's a second hatchery already on the way.
Yes, so that base does get denied. He's got a fourth base coming up, but I'm worried that our supply isn't strong enough. Does he not have an observer? We just now see an observer about to pop.
No.
It looked like he stayed on just gateway tech for a long time, no observer in sight, but now it's finally going to come out and deny this lurker. But the lurker has shelled out hundreds and hundreds of points of damage. But look how far along that forge upgrade is. He's going to have +3 very soon. I still don't see hive anywhere. Also haven't seen carapace. There it is, just now start. So huge upgrade advantage for Protoss right now.
Wow.
But the supplies are so close. Zerg,
yeah.
Look at the huge wave of Zerg in the middle of the map.
Yeah, it's just like a giant...
Oh God, he got high ground now.
Yeah, and now that he's broken up here, he doesn't... Where were the High Templar? Did he just not
There's no
make
Templar.
them?
This third base doesn't have gas, so it's expensive to build goons.
Yeah, and there is
Oh,
one... Wait, I thought I saw one High Templar, but yeah, there's just no splash damage. Okay, there it is. It does not have energy, so it's Hydras versus no splash damage, and I think we all know how that works.
Oh God, Zealous just meat grinded through the Hydras. Oh, perfect.
Oh wow, where did that even come from?
Holy moly.
I thought that didn't have any energy. Well, maybe I missed it, but there's still more Hydras coming back in, and I definitely don't think there's going to be another storm here. Oh my god, what a massacre. And this is right before +3 is going to finish.
Yeah, but goons in an arc are amazing.
Yeah, they are. The Hydra rally expired a little bit faster than I was expecting. So the base is going to hold on for now, but at least he was able to pick off that High Templar and deal a little bit of damage.
Looks like a lurker drop is setting up again, potentially at the natural. That storm actually probably saved the game.
Yeah, that was massive. So he gets basically the perfect storm that he needs, holds on, and actually...
Kamizerg is kind of broke on gas.
Yeah.
He's extremely low on gas, whereas Oyaji has gotten bottom right, the most important base to him since it has a third gas. Meanwhile, still no hive for Kamizerg, no Queen's Nest being built. Sure, +2 weapon is great, but Protoss is about to have 3-3.
Yeah, I just finished 3-2 and third armor upgrade.
I think Oyaji's done it because he's up 40 supply. He has a huge upgrade advantage. Goons are very strong too. They can pick off these lurkers, and he's gas starved, so it's not like there's 10 lurkers here.
I mean, he is down. He's only on 46 probes. I say only because usually you expect the Protoss to be higher. Zealot's running up onto lurkers doesn't feel super great, but he has popped the lurkers in the front. Can't go any farther. Did he lose the observer?
No, there's 2 observers still there. If he goes around the side, that's the angle to go for.
Yeah. There's still a couple of lurkers trying to keep these zealots at bay. He's a little bit low on storm energy, but he's got one more coming up. The Hydras keep having to peel back further and further. One lurker is getting quite a few spines off, but it's just about the Hydra counts. I don't think he has enough. I think Oya's done it.
Oyaji may actually get pushed back barely. The
barely?
Hydras are streaming across, but another
massive storm. I mean, there are still more Hydras, but there's still more storm here too. But I think with the storm expiring, the Hydras will just barely push this back. And if they can snipe off a couple of High Templars, ooh, they get one.
Yeah, he pushes them back, but at what cost? He lost a lot of Hydras there. Still no hive tech. We see Oyaji has started to get Reaver tech now. He's even got Speed Shuttle coming in. But Kamizerg does have top middle taken. He hasn't saturated it just yet, but he has taken it. Supplies have plummeted for both sides. It's 100 to 90 now. I'm actually very surprised Kamizerg survived, but as long as he can survive and take top middle, huge drone cycle too.
Yeah, I mean, look, the drone difference is massive. It's 15 drone advantage for Kamizerg. He's on 60 to 46. And actually, when you look at that supply difference, that just magnifies that. That means that Oya's army is actually gigantic. But he still doesn't have that many probes.
Yeah, he needs to transfer those probes at his natural. They found the drone, so they are going to get killed off or at least pulled back. And now top middle is under threat of actually dying. You can see he's scrambling.
Did he one egg block that?
That's a smart move. He's scrambling to get up Sunkens, but there's
actually... Oh my god, that storm killed everything. I think that base is just dead
but
now.
His whole army is Templars.
Uh-oh. I mean, if we see a surround there, or even like a flank with a big arc.
Well, this is smart. Only leave a couple units, save these important Templars. He needs to have support with the Templars. Really, 6 goons, not much support.
Not going to cut it.
Oh, here we go. Zealot drop into the main. This is going to draw the attention of Kamizerg back to the main.
Yeah, and these are 3-2 Zealots, keep in mind. So they do a million billion damage. They can absolutely snipe that. That wasn't a hive. No, he's still on lair tech.
No, still lair tech, no reaction. He's going to lose these drones, but we know he has an excess amount of drones right now, so it's not a huge deal. I think Oyaji needs to just chill out a little bit. He's funneling into these lurkers again. Amazing storm gets both of the lurkers.
Yeah, we'll pop them there. Whiff on that one. He's trying to move up and snipe a few of these High Templar. Look at how many High Templars. He's got like 12 HTs down there. 9. Oh my god.
Oyaji, he just needs to do a cycle of units. Get his army consolidated with the rest of these Templar. He still has 6 Templar, despite morphing one of them into an Archon. Oh god, all these drones are clumped up.
Oh no, not like this. Oh no, that's like the switch from the Matrix drone line. It's just completely helpless. Oh, there it is. Well, I don't know if we have an excess of drones anymore, Nyoken. I don't think we have an excess of anything. Massive army, tons of High Templar, Archons coming in, and I mean, there's nothing but Hydras.
Oyaji did it. The supplies have plummeted for Kamizerg. His drone count is extremely low.
Main's
the Zealots
dead.
are still in the main, killing a spawning pool. Of course, he hasn't built links the entire time, but now these drones are going to die. Oyaji, he's going to eliminate Kamizerg.
Yeah, man, after that second game, I definitely thought that Kamezerg had the comeback in him. And I think for a while, especially with that very high drone count, I mean, he was in a really good spot after he took that top middle. Oh, man. I mean, the game's not over, but Kamezerg's struggling.
Kamezerg had a 1K bank for a lot of the past 5 minutes, but now it's non-existent. GG.
That's it.
There was a time, remember the Hydra attack on the mineral only?
I do.
That storm saved
It was
the game.
So close. He had, how many High Templar did he have picked off in the early game?
So many. That was the only storm he had too. That was it. He had nothing else. There's no other storm. That was the only storm.
I didn't even see that High Templar on the screen. Our screen's a little blurry for now, but really clutch hold there. Able to turn it around, and actually even more so, able to hold on several times. Kamezerg was able to make that high ground position right outside his base, made it super scary, but he did it. So congratulations to Oyaji, who will move on to our final match of the group.
And we got a rematch, EVP.
Oh, that's right. Ugh, wow, the matches, they run together. So that means that our next game is going to be Oya versus Models.
Yes.
For the final spot the final spot out of Group A.
Yeah, and Model's gonna be, it's not Models. Actually, OG looking for revenge. You know, it'd be funny if they reverse builds. What if Models goes 3 gates, OG
Oh
goes
my
DT?
God. I mean, look, this is where the mind games kick in, right? It's kind of the weird part about playing best of ones and then going into a best of 3 series, because in best of ones, I mean, you don't really get to feel out your opponent. If you go best of 3 and then you go best of 1, I feel like you've gotten a chance to feel the builds out a little bit more. But now we've got a series, and actually that means that within a series, maybe you take that first game and you pull off another one of these like crazy Nexus first. I mean, it's not versus Zerg, but we've seen Nexus first in PvP before.
I've seen it, and I was like, oh, you can't go 12 Nexus.
No, it's actually not a build.
You're just gonna lose.
It does not exist.
And then I go attack him, and he holds it. I'm like,
wait a second.
What just happened?
Yeah, so I'm kind of interested in the holdover. Obviously, you're not going to get faked out by a fake DT rush again, right?
It's hard to read Protoss players, especially if they're going to willing to go air, cancel it, and go Citadel.
What a guy. Well, probably not going to have that happen again this time. I'd expect more 2-gate obs builds. Are we going to see any proxies? I don't know. I wouldn't expect so. Maybe. But, I mean, Oya is like, the traditionally aggressive guy. So let's find out how he wants to do that. So I think we're about ready to go with our first game of the last series of Group A. It's on Neo Sylphid, and it's between Models and Oyaji. So let's go ahead and start our last series of the night. Okay, in the bottom left-hand corner in the pink, playing Protoss, this is Models.
And in the bottom right, as the dark blue, we have the Swedish Protoss. It is Oyaji. So, if you remember back on Matchpoint, Models scouted his main for proxy in his base. Now, I've seen a few times Protoss players just blindly send out 2 probes and then try and get right in on the mineral line.
Why would they do that?
Click it to see if you're there, and then proxy game. I would have loved to see Oyaji go for that. That's like a build you do on Outsider sometimes, but we don't see that.
How do you live with yourself?
Yeah, I don't know. That's disgusting.
It is. They probably eat their food off the floor. Like what a horrendous way to live a human life.
There's a game I remember from TSL. It was Major, who's special now in StarCraft 2, versus Giant Fae, or JF, what people call him, where JF proxy-gated Major in his main on Outsider. There were Zealots in his base, no bunker, like 1 Marine. I don't even remember if there was 1 Marine. It was just absolutely disgusting, but Major ended up holding it. So I would have loved to see it on this map, but we're not seeing it. Again, Oyaji with a faster scout for Models. Not a huge deal. Luckily for him, looks like he's going to get off a first scout. just like he did last time.
Okay, well, some things stay the same. I mean, we're already seeing different.
He scouted middle. He thought Models was going to get a little.
I like the respect.
Yeah, a little frisky with him.
Or the expectation of disrespect, rather. So yeah, he's gonna get in, see the gateway gas, nothing weird. And for a brief moment, both players can breathe a small sigh of relief.
And again, just like on match point, Oyuji, even though he has the image of being aggressive, he's the one that has cut the Zealot. On match point, he had a 2-probe lead, 15-17. It's Models the one building the Zealot to make sure he doesn't get harassed by anything. So, is he going to send it straight off? No, he's going to chase his probe around.
No.
So again, Oyuji's going to have a really good opener.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Oya gets the best opener he could ask for here. I always wondered whether or not that's worth it. I mean, I guess you have to deal with the probe eventually. Also, you don't want something stupid getting built in your base, you know?
Yeah, it's always great to deny the proxy pylon, or manor pylon, which a lot of people go for. This time, 2 Zealots. So he was really expecting Oyuji to put on some pressure, but again, we see no pressure coming out. This time, probe counts are identical, so I'm not too sure what happened on the match point game, but regardless, similar. We have Models with 200 gas. Where is it going? 300 gas even. That's a lot of gas.
I'm watching.
It's got to be going into robotics, I'm imagining, because this is so much gas.
What else would you put it into?
He's banking it up.
He's going to build a gas nexus. It's like Bespin Cloud City. Wow.
He catches the probe. Now's the time to go straight robo. I'm shocked he ended up getting rain.
I'm waiting. It's like, what is he going to do with that? You cannot build cloud cities in this game. 200 gas. Those probes could have been mining minerals. I mean, obviously he'll use it eventually, but I mean, he doesn't know anything that's going on in his base.
So Models has a lot of gas in comparison to Oyuji. Oyuji has 2 goons. 3 gate for Models.
Okay, well, you called it. You called it, Nyokin.
There's no DT.
Yeah, but close enough. Look, we're not going for 100% prediction rates. We're going for, you know, a lot of people think that if you make a prediction and it doesn't come true, that you get it wrong. But actually, you get it a certain percentage correct. So you just have to make your predictions broad enough so that regardless, some part of it is correct. And hey, Models is going for the 3 gateways.
So I play Protoss a bit off racing, and 3 gate is my go-to build.
Scandalous.
Because I love just in the candy. And this 3 gate, I think, is for his opener with the 2 Zealots. I think is pretty quick, but is a little slower than normal. I could be wrong. But now he's got the gates synced up with the first goon popping, or the goon popping out from the first gate, where it's going to be 2 Zealots, 5 goons versus like 5 goons total for Oyuji. He's not going to have any Zealots, but Oyuji's robotics is far along. I think he, as long as he stays in his main, can actually hold this. Just get a concave up.
Well, he's going out there. Man, this is so scary. Okay, let me say this. More goons beat less goons in any number, but the same number of goons on both sides is just so nerve-wracking because single shots can determine who's going to win the fight.
Well, Oyuji actually didn't see the 5th goon. This looks like a normal 2 gate. This is a normal goon, a good normal goon count. Reaver is coming pretty soon, but there's no way Oyuji can sit out in the middle and try and defend this. If he does this, he's going to lose this fight unless he has godlike micro here. The 2 Zealots are going to buffer so much damage, but that looks like what he wants to do. If he can catch these goons, get a free round of shots off just like that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the goons doesn't have shields anymore. The Zealots are scary, but I think mostly just resets the fight.
Well, Models doesn't know what Oyuji has, so he's backing off for now, but it's actually 8 goons for Oyuji. Also remember, he has reinforcing advantage. He's got the arc now, but no, we can't move in like that.
Oh man, he's gonna try to just get the Dragoon snipe off and run back. Reaver is only halfway done, so he's not gonna have it for a billion years. And Dragoons suck at moving through narrow corridors, so he loses another one free. Now he's forced to target down the Zealots. He's not microing away anymore, but this is still just a very tenuous position to be in.
Yeah, now this build for Models, he's going to go Nexus follow-up, so he's going hard on goons. for a long time. And when you play Mass Goon versus Reaver Goon, you have to have the arc advantage. You have to engage from all sides. If he goes and defends, that's not going to work. Reaver's just going to put haymakers on him nonstop. So this arc is amazing. Now,
oh no!
gosh,
oh my
so
God!
far.
You called it. He actually doesn't get the. He misses the second volley to kill the Reaver, and instead he takes a massive Reaver shot in return. And now that completely flips things on its head. That means that Oyaji is able to bust out of his natural, kill off the Dragoons, and take the reinforcements down as well.
So he picks off a Goon there also. He doesn't have as many gates, so he's actually not going to be able to reinforce as fast as Models is. Yeah, he's probably going to go up to even 5 gate here to try and actually just survive. But once this shuttle comes out, how do we fight these Reavers? With Goon support, it's going to be so hard. PvP is all about controlling your Goons and Reavers. And as long as you've got good shuttle control, these Reavers are never going to die versus Mass Goons. Not like this, not after we lost the majority of our Goons.
Yeah, but I mean, it's about, that's the active things that it's about. The passive things that it's about is Nexi. It's like once you put down a natural expansion, that really kind of determines the rest of the games. Like if you can hold that, wow, you've got a crazy advantage. Congratulations. And so to see Models put down that expansion after getting completely busted out of that natural, or out of his opponent's natural, is kind of questionable because he does not have what he needs to deal with the shuttle and Reaver.
He actually has a lot of Goons. It's 7 now, but he's got 5 gates. He's gonna have 5 pretty soon versus 7 Goons and Reavers. I actually think he can win this fight if he can hide these Goons off to the side like that.
Oh.
But if they get found where the Reavers or the Goons can just get free shots like this, this is dangerous. I
mean, this is Sweden to Canada ping. Let's see how good this shuttle Reaver control is, because that is one way to do it, to just build a million Dragoons. He's actually not targeting the Reavers, he's only targeting down individual Dragoons. There he goes, diving on one Reaver. He's gonna try to free shot it, and he does, but the second Reaver is still getting massive shots off. Models forces coming through, but the Reaver abides. He's picking off Dragoons one by one, and now more by more. He's got to save that Reaver from behind, turns around for a quick shot. Can the Reaver stay alive? It's got single-digit HP. It goes down, but the push is, help? No, actually, Oyaji busts through, and has a little word because I don't see any reinforcements coming across that. And we do have 5 Goons popping out for Models, so this still isn't game over for Models just yet, but Oyaji has to get units across the map ASAP. Otherwise, Models may potentially be able to hold this off. Here come those 5 Goons. Yeah, I mean, the defender's advantage is real, but the reinforcements are still out there. We've got shuttle speed now, so the next shuttle in Reaver will be theoretically even more difficult to deal with. Where's the Reaver?
It's running across the map.
Oh, that's right. He's going to pick it up with a speed shuttle on the way.
Yeah, he can also drop the main now. Attack the natural, drop the main, and Models is down workers now. He has no tech, and we do see 4 gate for Oyaji. So this is his game to take.
I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Losing 3 Dragoons is never a good idea. So Models pushes back the Dragoons at the natural, and so now instead of going into the main, the Reaver has to stand here with the inferior Dragoon count.
Yeah, I don't think he saw the Reaver either.
Oh, no.
Goon intercepts it though.
Does it? Oh my God. All right, well.
Oh no.
Whoa. And boom goes the dynamite. Oh my God. He's even going to get the second shot off. He does. Well, that was a fun game. Damn, what a sick. He just snuck into the main, killed all the probes, and he's even got another Reaver back at home to defend.
Well, now all Oyaji has to do is just make sure a counterattack doesn't kill him. He's got this game in the bag at this point. He's up 10 workers. He's got superior tech. He's got superior army, really, even though he doesn't have as many Goons. He's got the 2 powerful Reavers, and they've connected every time.
Wow. I mean,
he's got matching gateway count plus Reaver.
Yeah. I mean, it would be different if Oya hadn't expanded, if he just tried to all in there against the expansion, but he's got a base, he's got probes, he's got superior technology, and there's no real way for those Dragoons to snipe the shuttle as it runs across the map.
This is the only way Oyaji can actually lose this game, is his Reaver is out of position. But instead, he's going to trade his Nexus essentially for probes of Models. The Reaver is very exposed. There's really not that many Goons.
Yeah, and there's no...
Oyaji didn't drop in the main.
Oh no, he turned around. Oh my god, this is, like you said, the only way to lose this game. The Reaver is so scared, and there's so many Dragoons. Even the shuttle and Reaver coming back might even not be enough to defend it. He's going to drop the Reavers off in the mineral line, so let's see how good these shots are going to be. Scarabs are bad, but not that bad, and they will take out enough Dragoons to head back across the map, and now I think Oya's got it.
I like how he just unloads the Reaver, one shot, and just instant loads back and goes to the main now. He's like, oh, my job is done. Time for, we could get intercepted now.
Oh, this is one good way to come back in there. Oh, he doesn't have the magic number, so he's going to actually speeds right away. And I think those Reavers should be able to deal with those Dragoons, right?
No, oh, no.
Okay, and there we go. Everything explodes. Never mind. Oh, my God. Well, how do you deal with these Reavers? Oh, well, nice try. The little Dragoon that couldn't. That probe could probably turn around and kill the Reaver, but I mean, some more reinforcements pop out, and so maybe kills these Reavers. But I mean, let's see if he can crawl down to the probes.
He's looking for it. Finds one.
He's still alive. Oh, never mind. Well, I mean, still absolute devastation in the main of models.
Yeah, 5 goons left, only 20 probes. Meanwhile, Oyaji is low on probes too, but he's got 35, almost double the count for models. Also, he's about to mine out in his main, so it's not a big deal anyways. He's got more Reavers coming. Models still no robotics in sight, no Reaver anytime soon. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of the slow and steady that's going to win the race here for Oyaji. He's got such a superior economy. The technology, I mean, even if it gets evened up, I mean, well, I guess it's not. He's just not going to go with the Reaver tech. Maybe models macro can save him here. Maybe his micro can save him if he's able to snipe a shuttle with Reavers in it.
He still has a lot of goons at his net.
Yeah.
But as soon as this Reaver comes out, every single shot from the Reaver today for Oyaji has just been immaculate. It
feels like his Scarabs fire faster. I don't know. It's
yeah, I was reading that when you unload a Reaver in the shuttle, the Reaver fires faster. Is that right? Did I read that correctly?
Tell me more, okay? I mean,
I read that and I closed the page.
I know.
Was like, I don't want to see that.
We're discovering new hidden secrets in Brood War in 2020. I don't know if that's one of them. I feel like people time these things. How are you not a coach of like KT and you're not figuring this out? How is Bisu not sitting alone in his room before he wins all these tournaments, figuring out if they drop faster or not?
No, the AI.
No. Well, it's not on Model's favor for sure. Losing free Dragoons, not something he can afford right now.
Temple Archive coming in for Oyaji. It's funny, neither player has an observer, so if Models had gone DT, he potentially could even the game up.
I mean, that is definitely a way to even the game. Models knows it, but yeah, he did not go for that tech, and instead he has no tech, just a massive amount of Dragoons. And now he's getting Concave on. Oof.
Yeah, this is it. There's just not enough for Models. There's so many for Oyaji.
Do some subtraction on my fingers there. Yep, that's it. GG. Models taps out. And that's game number 1 to Oyaji. He is going to climb ahead in the series. Models bring it back. That was a pretty hard fought game, but yeah, that probe Armageddon in the main was the turning point, you could say.
Yeah, he was close to actually killing those Reavers at the natural. Remember that when Oyaji went?
Yeah, actually, he dove for it. I couldn't tell who came out ahead there. It was like, well, you both lost everything, but it was close.
Imagine if he didn't lose so many goons trying to dive that Reaver back at Oyaji's base. Remember we had that huge flank outside of his entrance?
Yes.
If even he had just a couple more goons there, he would have had a lopsided win.
Well, whatever. I mean, that's the story of Protoss versus Protoss. Like, well, if I just had a couple more goons there.
We can what if all day long.
Yeah. In the end, the only way to determine who's going to come out of this group in second place is with this next game in the series. So let's see if Models can even up the series and take out Oyaji and take us to a third game, or if Oya is going to advance out of Group A in second place as we get into the next game. And here we are in the upper left-hand corner of the map in the yellow, playing Protoss. And up one game in the series, this is Oya.
And in the top right, we have the Canadian Protoss, one game away from being eliminated. It is Models. So we saw 3-gate the first game from OYG, 3-gate from Models the second game. Bigger map this time, 4-player map. Uh-oh, we see a pylon going down on the low ground for OYG.
What could it mean?
Actually, this is going to be not the low ground. This is going to be center gate.
Yeah.
Now, the question is how many gateways is it? Is it 1 or 2?
How many gateways does it take? 1? Well, we don't know yet, but we will soon. Do you scout the center? That's something that Oya did to Models, but is Models going to return the favor?
Models has been sending out his probe a little later than OYG every single time. And also, I feel like OYG's setting him up for this because the first game, no Zealot. Second game, no Zealot. Now, we're going to hit him with 2-gate. Luckily, last game on Sylphid, Models built 2 Zealots. But on match point, he only built 1. So if he builds 1 again and goes straight into Cybernetics, this game's done. Unless there's a shield battery and the goon never dies, 100% over. This is 2-gate rally Zealot to top right. Now, can he scout him first? Of course he can.
Of course.
Oh, and this makes it even worse because now OYG can Manor Pylon, and Models has no idea.
No, it just looks exactly the same.
It looks like a normal Manor Pylon. And because the pylon's there, he can build a shield battery in the main.
Oh my god. Oh, don't. He would never.
He would never.
No. How? Oh my god.
He skipped it. He skipped going for Zealot this time. Models is in trouble.
Yes.
He is in deep
Although
trouble.
I will say this is somewhat karmic justice after he got a little bit of an advantage in game number, or in the first game we saw Models play. That was pretty good.
He's looking for Manor Pylon. It makes so much sense to go for Manor Pylon here.
Oh, he's going in.
Battery. Do it.
Oh, he's
Manor
Pylon
right there.
Oh, there we go. Oh, I think he
wants it. It's so impactful in this specific scenario. There's no shield battery for Models either. Oh god, please. Okay, actually there is a Zealot 4.
Okay, so he does have a Zealot, which makes the Manor Pylon a little bit less useful, but still effective.
Here comes the first Zealot.
I don't think Models even knows yet.
He knows as soon as the Zealot comes. There's no way you can get a Zealot across map this fast. Now,
oh, I mean, when the Zealot hits, yeah.
This Zealot, I think, is killing the Pylon at the Nat, which actually is a big deal because that's going to supply block Models. What is it attacking?
Was he attacking the A? No. Okay, well, here come the Zealots. And at this point, you are starting to...
Oh, there's no second pylon there. Once that goes down, the Cybernet...
Oh, no, it's unpowered. Yeah, you're right. Well, he's trying to trap the Dragoon. Instead, the Dragoon does get out. It's still taking hits from that Zealot, so that is obviously not what you want. Probe's being pulled. Let's see if he can take it out. Some probe losses actually in the back. That one Zealot is fighting probes. Just a pretty good matchup. He's chasing the Dragoon away, but that one Zealot down there is killing like 5 probes.
Yeah, this is such good control from OYG right here. Facing the Zealot and Goon 1-on-1, while also this one Zealot at the bottom is doing so much damage to
he's coming around. He's trying to sight the Dragoon. The Dragoon's gonna get taken out by the Zealots. And that's it. GG. Models taps out. And Oya will take the 2-0 with a center 2-gate and a first scout. Let's not forget that. Just like to throw that in there.
Luck was on OYG's side, but let's be honest, he played really well. And you saw the Zealot control again. Remember the Zealot control versus, was it Kamizerg, or was it Kamizerg holding the Sylphid Lings? His micro today was on point. Also, the Reaver Haymakers were impeccable. So OYG deserved to make it out today.
Yeah, absolutely. Not necessarily because he just hits him with the build order there. It's like the decision to go up a game and then say, okay, well, I've got some room to play around with this 2-gate in the middle of the map. If I don't get scouted and I scout correctly, then what do you know? It wins. The thought process of every Protoss. So, wow, congratulations to Oya and to Ziki, let's not forget, who makes it out of the group in second and first place, respectively. They are going to advance on to the round of 16 out of Group A. And that concludes our coverage of Group A. Coming up next, Group B.
Group B.
The group of Beth.
When I saw this group, I thought, holy moly, because we got Cheat Tech, Eon Zerg, Koget. Who's the third one? Can't remember.
Dragon.
Because it's so crazy. Dragon, top 4 finalist a couple seasons ago. So one of these people are going to be eliminated. Koget, a previous champion, right? Or runner-up. I think he was runner-up to Dandy, Eon Circuit previous champion, Dragon a top 4 finalist. One of them's gone in the top round of 24.
Well, 2 of them even.
2 of them potentially.
Even twice as devastating. How are we going to decide that? By taking a quick commercial break. And then coming back with at least 7 games of Brood War from BSL Season 9. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with Group B.